All right, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna use the same topic though. How's everybody doing? Let's hope that this is working. TikTok, please work with me. I'm back up. Resist if you're there. Let me see if I can make sure that everything's working. Test audio. Yeah, that should come through on everybody's. Nope. Now it should come through. Test, test, test. All right. We'll just do that. All right. If you're coming in, hey mom, tap the screen, share the live out. You can just hit the little a little arrow down here, hit the copy button. You can also like hold your hand or finger on the whatchamacallit and the screen and then hit share. Otherwise, just like keep tapping. And if you're watching on YouTube, then yes, share the live out. We're gonna try this again. Yeah, my sound was not working very well. Thank you, earlier. So hopefully that changes. Let me see. I gotta pull up my new chat. Pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. Hey Schley, how are you? All right, thanks Resist for that. I will pin. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna run this one again here. I was thoughts on ICE. I think that ICE is a major overstepping of what was being done in previous administrations, even Trump's first administration. And ICE actually was like working just fine back then. Like they would just put detainers on people. We didn't need to like send them into cities. Hi Jackson. What what about MAGA? Hmm? It's not doing so hot. I'll tell you that much. It's not looking so good either for the upcoming midterms. I would say, yeah, you got a lot to. No shot. He's just gonna spam. Yeah, Jackson, come on up if you want to join the conversation. Trump is my president. I don't mind saying that. Yeah, John, I agree, and I can also critique my president. That's part of the First Amendment. We have a freedom of speech. Did you know that? Interesting, huh? All right. Yep, for everybody coming back in, let's see. Tap the screen and share the live out. Let's get some conversations going. I want to talk about Make America Great Again. You disagree with him on some stuff. Interesting. Interesting. A lot of people are afraid to disagree. It seems like it's kind of wild at how much like people are not willing to like engage in critiquing Mr. Trump, which is wild. Yeah, make atheism great again. I'm here with you on that one, Jesse. Uh, you know, actually, let's do the atheism debate. Oh, let's see, multi-guest request. We do have somebody up, actually. Let's see if they can hear me when I bring them up. 123 Masona, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
All right, can I get your age just for TikTok purposes?
Yeah, I'm 19.
All right, and so, do you think that Mega's failing or no?
In one aspect, like we just saw the tariffs get blocked, right? So I
Yeah.
guess you could say that's a failure in some
Yeah,
sense.
that's kind of why I went live with this topic,
Yeah.
because that seems like a pretty big failure. Which
Okay.
like I get like what he was trying to do there, I guess, with using the tariffs as like a maybe a bargaining chip. But
Yeah,
like a
like a
lot of
negotiating tool.
yeah, and it was kind of working in a way, I guess. Not like the best strategy, but as far as like it trying to bring back manufacturing and like boost the economy, it wasn't doing so hot on that. So yeah, what are your thoughts though?
Yeah, I mean, so if we're talking about the tariffs, I mean, I think when the tariffs were implemented, I think we had it worked in some aspects. Then we saw Trump pull it back once the economy turned into a main focus. But I think if we're talking about like other aspects of like what MAGAs are trying to accomplish, which is like closing the border. They did a great job of that. Deporting illegal immigrants are doing a great job at that. I mean, whether you disagree with that or
Are
not,
they
right? I mean, we
though?
can.
Are they doing a great job like compared to previous administrations?
Yeah, I mean, the problem. So if you just look at like, so you have to take the full picture, right? Because you have to take self deportations and also like deportations in general. So I think there's been around 700,000 deportations by ICE this past year, and I think there was 1.6 million people who self-deported. Those numbers might be. I think those numbers are just in 2024 or just in 2025. So I don't think those numbers are adjusted for 2026. But I mean, I think the thing is, too, with that, I think because the media's been so against it, so we could talk about like, they've been pulling back a little bit on ICE, or they have thought about pulling back on that. But I mean, closing the border, they have definitely done that.
So yeah, sure. I'll grant that the border it needed probably a little bit of help. But like the whole weird thing to me is that uh the there was like that bipartisan bill, right? That Trump said like, I want to run on immigration, so like don't pass this bill. And like all that
Oh,
had
is this in the first
was
term?
a bunch of no, this was just like at the end of Biden's term and like just before Trump's first term. But like they had like a lot of provisions to kind of like tamper down the border and open up some beds, make the process of getting like these cases for people that are on uh, that are coming in as refugees, like getting status, whether or not like they deserve it, or if they don't, then getting the heck out of here. But Trump was like, no, I want to run on that. And like it was a bipartisan like written bill that like had like a ton of support. So it's just like really weird to me that like like we're trying to champion this border policy when like this could have been championed already.
No,
And
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like
so if we look into that bill, there was actually other. So the bill wasn't just focused on immigration, and I forget the entirety of what the bill was about, but there was disagreements about the bill, not on immigration. I think it was where either tax dollars were going through or taxes in general. Now I might be wrong on that. I'm trying to search it up right now. Uh, if I can while we're doing this. But the problem is too, if I mean Biden obviously could have passed more executive orders. Like it was like, oh, you just shrug your shoulders after that bill gets, not passed, right? I mean, there's other ways that you can close
no,
at the
like
border, which
you
Biden
do
didn't do.
no, this is like unless you have like COVID, you can't do stuff with the border. Like that's why Trump was able to do stuff with the border on his first term was because of COVID. Like it was an emergency. So when there's not an emergency, which is like also why he got shot down for the tariff thing, because he kept trying to use like emergency powers, right? Uh my dog's going nuts right now. Uh the like executive order like argument is not really a good one, right? So to get it passed, you would want it to be passed, properly through legislation.
Well, but like most of the ways we have blocked, secured the border was by executive orders that Trump did basically in the first week of office. Now I can actually I have a notebook that I have written down on some if I can find it in my room. I don't know where it is honestly, but I mean like most of the like we've increased spending on like surveillance, for example. We have put more people at the border. We've
Yeah,
increased a
and
bunch
I
of
think that that's
security,
fine. Like I'm not really against that. But
and
like
that was through executive orders.
yeah, but the okay, so what I'm trying to say though is like a more comprehensive, like type of legislation. Like executive orders, like if you ever took a civics class, you would know that like executive orders are something that really shouldn't be like thrown around. So like mishmashy. And I would even say this goes for like, even previous like Democratic presidents. I would say that, like executive orders should only be used when like it's in a pinch. Otherwise, or like if you can't go through the process of like Congress and the House and the Senate, I don't even know if that legislation should be like really passed. And like I
Yeah, I
get
mean.
I get like things like people like, drag their feet, they put in, stumbling blocks or what have you. But when it comes to, like getting like legislation done, and like it's such a waste of time. Like this stuff with like Trump's executive orders, how many of them have even like stuck? It's like wild how many have like been overturned, and it just like caused
Well,
problems
no,
like
he's
like
the
pausing
thing is though,
Medicare.
like no, he's actually signed like hundreds of executive orders, and most of them have gone through. The only reason why is because the media focuses on all the ones that don't go through, right? And I can see why it can seem that way because you have like a lot of the media, like for every 10 executive orders that get passed, one doesn't make it through, but the media focuses like 80% of its attention towards that one executive order that didn't get passed. So I can see why it can seem that way. But I mean, like the executive orders have worked. I mean, the border is completely secured. I mean, we had 10 to 12 million illegal immigrants come across the border under Joe Biden. Those numbers have decreased. Like those numbers, like I'm pretty sure there was a month in the first quarter of Trump's president and Trump's second term that there was only like 50 illegal bordering sightings or crossings that were happening each day. With
Mm.
Biden, it was roughly 1,500 to 2,000 a day, right? Because it just averages out over 10 to 12 million. So I mean, the executive orders have worked, and I mean I agree. I mean I think it's important to note that executive orders
Yeah,
they don't like
like
stick as much as like actually
right.
passing something throughout like the Senate or the House.
Yeah, that's kind of like the bipartisan bill, like is why I was saying, would have been a better way to go about this. But instead, like, like the selfishness, which is like what I'm saying, like this is what kind of MAGA has like become. It's no longer like about America. It's about like what can get Trump the best, like situation for himself. Like he got this bipartisan border bill shot down because he wanted to run on it, right? And I get it, like you want to create or you want this like bad stuff to be happening so you can say like, oh, we need to fix the border when I get in there. So he didn't want it fixed before, and the sycophants, that he was telling like, hey, I'll get you primaried because I have Elon
Yeah.
Musk's money and all of this stuff, and which he was like proving, uh like that. And I would say like all of that in a way was sort of not failing, like for Mega and like his agenda and like the whole Project 2025 stuff. But it all kind of has like dropped since then. Like the Doge like idea didn't work out. Uh this the Schmepstein file stuff
Well, the
is
Doge idea worked
wild.
out in the sense. I mean, we
How
had some like
they
ridiculous
stopped
spending.
like USAID, but they ended up costing money like
And how did that
overall.
happen? Did they spend more money
If they were
trying
saving
to cut
money,
it?
why did they stop it early? Like the reason why they stopped Doge like before, like the whatever, like their time was up, is because Doge actually was costing money, because like they were just firing people, and then it was gonna have to like they needed them, so they rehired a lot of them, and it just costs money when you do things like that. You got to
Yeah,
retrain, or
but
you got to make
I
up
do
for
think we
time
should.
lost.
I do think we should like check where our tax dollars are going to, right? And I think like when we have like $40 million going to condoms in like Africa,
The
I mean there is some crazy stuff that we were sending our money towards, or like lesbian studies in I believe like Uganda, and like you can look this up. This is
now you're
true.
just like bringing up like random like things that the media is trying to like
Well,
pass,
then
or
look it
or
up and
like
prove me
pass by.
wrong. I mean,
No,
you can
I
look it up
get
and
what you're saying, but like you're framing it in this way that makes it sound like ridiculous, when actually,
well, I
like
think it is ridiculous.
to provide condoms to like stop the spread of HIV is a good thing, right? Would you not agree with that?
Sure, I mean, I can get the reasons why we're spending $40 million on condoms, but don't you think there's a lot of like theft and fraud going in there? I mean, like
40
seriously, how
million.
much is that
Did you
actually
see that
helping
Trump
people?
just like tried to get like 10 billion for his little peace plan thing? Like millions is a drop in the bucket when you're looking at like billions of dollars being spent.
Well, yeah, and I disagree with some stuff in the big beautiful bill. Like, I'm not gonna 100% support everything that Trump does. And I searched up the reasons why Trump actually disagreed with that bipartisan bill. Do you want to hear the reasons why?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, so this was just like search on ChatGPT, and he just, I mean, this was just what I gave. So it says why Trump supposed it. So he said that it wouldn't actually, quote, secure the border. He said that it would allow up to 5,000 legal border crossings per day before mandatory shutdown authority triggered. And what's
Mhm.
the point of the note here is that Border Act bill that was going to be signed happened in 2024. Right. So it took Joe Biden literally 4 years through his presidency to finally get the border secured, or at least propose securing the border. Like, that's way too long. It's like, yeah, I mean, I had 10 to 12 million illegal immigrants here, but once we're going to run for a campaign in 2024 with Kamala Harris or Biden running, then we're going to close the border. So let's go on us. I mean, that's just my opinion, right?
Yeah,
So, and I get this
okay.
is
Sure.
like,
Sure, that's fine. Personally, I don't think that like illegal immigration or like this open border like mania that everybody keeps like bringing up is like nearly as bad as everybody tries to make it out to be, because
I
like
agree, but
I mean, have you had any issues with illegal aliens in your like daily life?
well, have you have any issues with ICE?
Have I had any issues with ICE?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm afraid to, like see ice in like general. Like if I'm
Well, I'm
trying to like pull
afraid
my
that
phone out, I don't want to get,
hold on.
get pew pewed.
But two can play this game. I could say I'm afraid of illegal immigrants crossing the border who can be murderers, rapists, drug addicts, drug lords, bringing in drugs to our country. And can I tell you a statistic? So I was doing some research on this, about how many legal immigrants have been deported in the U.S. and it's hard to find a number, but it's about like,
Yeah, because they're not
it's
reporting these numbers right now, right? Like they're like the administration and the DOJ and like DHS have like completely like aligned themselves with each other. This is like unheard of in like any administration. It's weird,
well, I would say they're
honestly.
just aligning themselves with the law. I mean, like,
No, they're
because this is
aligning
written in the law.
themselves for like authoritarian, like so it makes it so like whatever daddy wants, daddy
Hold on. Do
gets.
you think Obama was authoritative when he deported 3.2 million under his
No,
two
I think that
terms?
he went about it like in a much easier way, a more efficient way. I actually used to work at an ICE detention center for 6 years. Actually, I was the
Oh wow.
person that would give like the people that were being deported. I would give them their cash. I would give them their property back, which we couldn't actually give them all of their property back a lot of the times. We could only give them what would fit in like an onion sack, is what we would call it. Like like those sacks that they would put like a bunch of onions in, that
Yeah.
have they're like really cheap and they have like a little drawstring. Uh, and the way that we went about it back then was not by like going door to door, with this like secret ICE army, but like
Wait,
actually.
wait, wait. So you're telling me you never went like to people's houses to deport them?
No, don't get me wrong. Like there's times like when people would like call in where like yeah, a house may have like too many people inside and it's like a health problem or something. But overall, what the way that like deportations went was if they were, detained for some reason, uh, like speeding or something like that, like
But he
they
deported like
had their ID
3.2,
ran,
like,
then they would
yeah,
get
but
an
I mean,
ICE
like,
detainer put on them. So like ICE would
when you're
then.
deporting like 3.2 million people, like, you're obviously going to be showing up to some houses. You're obviously going to be showing up in some public areas, right? So this isn't like new. This isn't a authoritative
Do
idea
you
pushed
think
by the
that it was
far
a good
right.
idea
Hold on,
to
I'm
put?
just
I hold on. Do you think it was a good idea to put like 3,000 ICE agents in Minneapolis when they had like a law enforcement of only 600 that was like perfectly fine just handling their day to day law enforcement?
I would
Because
argue they weren't perfectly fine. So if we look at like, have you seen the American? So have you seen the poster of like ISIS activity, and it's like mostly near like blue states and cities?
what
I
do you
don't.
mean? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
So
like
like
it's obvious
ISIS
that
activity.
this is like not about immigration. It's about like trying to put
No, this
pressure
is about
on.
immigration. It's about deporting people who are illegal, and I think the majority of people who are illegal because of I mean, because what we have to
Then
take into
why
consideration too.
like
Hold
I
on,
don't
I just want to make this
understand
point.
why
Hold on,
is
I'm
it
gonna
any different
I'm gonna
than.
make this point. Okay,
Sure.
the point I'm trying to make here is we had 10 to 12 million illegal immigrants come here in 2020 to 2024, and people are like, oh, they're deporting people who haven't committed the crime. Which, like, well, first of all, crossing the border illegally is a crime, and they have only
It's a
been here for a
misdemeanor,
couple.
but
Hold on,
yeah.
they have only. Hold on, it's still a crime though. They've only
in
been here
most
for a couple. Hold on, you can't. Hold on. A misdemeanor is a crime, and what I'm trying to point out here is we have deported more people who have only committed the crime of crossing the border legally because they just came in over the past 4 years, right? So we don't know what these people are going to do in the next 5, 10 years. They might commit a crime, they might not. I mean, I'm not arguing that they are. I'm just saying that I'm just
then
countering the point of like,
why
well,
am I hearing like
Obama did it
about all
differently.
these people, that are like working, that are getting, like deported? And I'm also hearing about people that are going to their, their actual like scheduled court hearings, and they're being deported. It doesn't sound like these are people that are committing crimes. You're setting up this like boogeyman, which,
No, I
they
haven't set
did
up a
this
boogeyman.
they did this before, with black people. They did this before with Irish immigrants. They did this before with Greek immigrants. They did this before with Italian immigrants. uh
Yeah, I don't care. I look.
this like is
So
a
here's my
way
stance.
for you know a a party or like a group to create what they call a common enemy, and then they use that to basically get what they want done. If you look at it, if you zoom out a little bit, it seems to me like what they're doing is lining their pockets with money. Like,
Okay, so yeah, okay, I can see what you're saying, and this is like my problem with like progressivism, it just gets more radical over the years. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think when Trump said immigrants
do you
have
think
to learn?
progressives
Hold on, hold on.
are getting less radical? Because if anything, they're getting more radical. Like with the
No,
way
I said
that,
progressives are getting more radical,
yeah,
and so
and I
I'm
would say
asking you
that
this.
that's because it's like a reaction to all of the action that MAGA has been doing, right? Like if they just
No,
chilled the
it's
fuck
the
out
media portraying
and
them
and,
that
and
way.
made like media's portraying
I would argue
bullshit.
otherwise.
Uh,
So, do you think when Trump said immigrants have to learn English, quote unquote, do you think that's racist?
what?
Well,
Say that
I'm just
again.
trying to find your stance because
Nobody should
you're
have to
trying to say
learn
that we're trying
English.
to create a
No,
common
there's
enemy.
no official language for Americans, right? Why
No,
should
there's not
anybody have
official
to learn
languages.
English?
So, do you think that's racist?
I think that it's yeah, in a way, it's probably based in racism. Yeah,
Okay, well, actually, Obama said that,
sure. I
and
don't
you can search
care.
up the quote.
Do you think like I
Well, yeah,
give
this
a
is my
shit?
problem though. Is so I mean, but here's the thing. So Obama was the Democrat Party leader for 2 terms. I mean, he literally was the president under the
I
Democratic Party,
Here's the thing.
and
I'm not like holden to the Democratic Party, right? So I'm okay with like critiquing Obama. I don't think that people should be saying, "Yeah, you learn English," like it would probably be in their best interest to learn English. Like if you're coming to a country that
well, now
mostly
you're trying to
speaks
move the goalpost
English,
though.
what am I what goalpost am I moving?
Well,
Like
you first said it's racist because America doesn't have a language, and now you're saying it's probably best for
I
them
said, it's
to
based
learn
in
English.
racism. Yeah, probably. And
Yeah, well, I mean,
like
this is
some
my
sort
problem
of,
is you said Obama was doing things differently, but if you think Obama is a racist for that because it was presented under Trump, was Obama really doing things differently then if Obama was a racist according to you?
I don't know if you can like justify this like leap in logic where you're saying that I'm saying Obama was racist.
No, you're saying Obama was doing things differently when he deported 3.2 million people.
Yeah,
But
by because
you disagreed that
I
one of the
worked during the Obama administration at an ICE like detaining facility. Like it's a county jail that I worked at, right? And we would like run detainers on these inmates that when they would come in, for like whatever misdemeanor or crime, or like maybe it was assault, or maybe it was DV, maybe it was speeding and they didn't have ID. Either way, they would come in, they would handle their shit that they had locally, and then we would run them through the ICE like system, along with
right.
the NCIC, which is the like
Well,
National
what is the proof that what
Criminal
is the proof that Trump is not
Database.
doing this? I mean, like Trump is doing it
Yeah,
through this way,
but
and mind you, if we look at
why
the
the like clown and pony show of like putting 3,000 agents in Minneapolis? That's what I'm saying, because that's in like direct response, to like if you ask me, it's this Ilhan Omar, like like uh I don't know, he's got like some sort of problem with her, because he was like
I have
tweeting
a
about
couple
her.
problems with her too.
What's wrong with her?
Well, she said ICE should be abolished, and I have the quotes
Yeah,
pulled
I
up right
kind
here
of
if you want.
agree. I mean, like with the way that they're acting,
Really?
I don't think that
So,
I really don't think that immigration is this like big, huge problem that everybody's making it out to be. Like
but you think
seriously,
ICE should be abolished? It's a pretty big problem if you think that an entire
did you
section of the
know that
government.
before 2001 we didn't have ICE?
Yeah, I do know that, and I'm glad we do because when we have
Why?
10 to
It
12.
was part of the Patriot Act. It was more clamping down on like basic like human rights that we used to have. Like do you
Well,
I
do you
mean,
know?
you're
Do
like
you,
what? You're 19, so you have no idea what it was like before 2001, right? So like unfortunately, I'm a lot older than you. About double your age. And actually exactly double your age. Oh
oh,
god.
really? That's funny.
But what I'm saying here though is that the world was a lot different back then. And you know what? Like crime was a little bit
Yeah,
higher. I will
exactly.
say
That's why we
that,
need ICE now. We
but
didn't need ICE
that
earlier.
was more so like gang violence and things like that. But with the way that things were handled back then, like I don't know, we've given up so much of our own rights just trying to like deal with the repercussions of 9/11. It's so wild. Like how much we
Well,
gave up, like the establishment of like the Department of Homeland Security and like all of this like mess that Christy Noam's like now like just walking around like looking like a dumbass in all these different costumes and like doing all this weird shit, and now they're like trying
well,
to
it's
get all these
important to note too
detention
that
centers.
Obama actually criticized the Bush administration for letting
Why do
in.
you keep
Hold on,
bringing
just
up
let me get my.
Obama?
I've let you speak. No, because well, you brought up 2001, and Obama critiqued the president at that time, Bush, for letting in 500,000 illegal immigrants. Right. So this is my problem. Is like we have the Democrat
I,
Party,
I'm
right?
telling you that
From
immigration's not that big of a deal. The reason why they established ICE and
but you
the
no, you
Department of
can't just
Homeland
diminish it as it's
Security
not that big of a
is
deal. It's
because
a
is because of terrorism, right? Because of the Twin Towers getting hit. Do you
so you're
remember?
hold on.
Well, no, you
Is
don't
10
remember
to
that
12
because you're too
million
young.
illegal immigrants coming over here not a big problem to you?
If they're paying like sales tax and they're actually contributing like by
And
like
what if they're
filling
not?
in, they are though. Like we've seen the numbers, we have the statistics on how much
Would you
they
say the same
contribute.
thing about Lake and Riley?
Who gives a shit about one like one-off case? Okay, like Lake and Riley is just like any other like one-off case. You know, like shit happens.
Yeah,
You have more of a chance
here's a
of being
statistic you'll like.
abused by like your own
Okay,
family
here's
than
a
you do
statistic you'll like. So
oh my
when I
god,
was
dude.
when I was looking at
I
the
get the
amount of
Charlie
U.S.
I get
citizens
the
being
Charlie Kirk profile picture. Is he your hero?
no, he's not my hero. I like him.
Okay. So why is he
But
your
so
profile
here's a
picture?
hold on. Let's not try to get off topic. This is a statistic I want to bring up.
No,
So when
it's
I was doing
funny
the
because
research
I think
on,
you're trying
hold
to be
on,
like
stop,
mini Charlie Kirk.
hey, you can't say that. Bring up
Oh,
Charlie
what?
Kirk.
I can't talk over you?
Well, I mean, you were criticizing me for talking
Yeah,
over you, and you're now doing the same
it's
thing to
my
me. You seem
life.
like a hypocrite right now.
I could
So,
just
I
mute
mean, you've been a
you. I
hypocrite on a
could
couple
boot you
things so far.
too.
You're probably going to be a hypocrite on this statistic too. So, what I was doing
Dude,
research
all of your
on
statistics
is
are
the
just
amount
like
of U.S.
stupid
citizens
bullet
being
points.
deported. So, there's been about 5 to 15 U.S. citizens been deported since. I mean, that's just estimates. It could be more, it could be less. So, just average. I just said, 10 U.S. citizens have been deported under Trump's second term. So, I roughed that out. It was about 1.5 per 100,000 were U.S. citizens that were being deported. I then looked at the only
How
state that
many Lake
sets
and
immigration rate.
Rileys
Hold
have
on,
been
I just
saved
looked at.
now?
Hold on. Let me
How
get my
many
point
Lake and
out.
Rileys are
I
saved
just
because
yeah,
of
you're gonna
this?
look at it right now. So I was looking at the homicide rate per illegal immigrants in the state of Texas. It's 3.1. That means you are almost double likely to be murdered by an illegal immigrant to be deported as a U.S. citizen, right? So it's 3.1 per 100,000 in Texas.
What? Slow
So we have
down. What are
three.
you
Hold on.
talking about? You're more than likely to be murdered by an
Yeah,
illegal immigrant than to be deported as a US citizen. That is a
yeah.
weird like correlation you're trying to make here. Like
Well, I mean,
what?
according to a lot of
Yeah,
liberals, they would
dude, you
make the
need to
point that a
breathe.
lot of
You
U.S.
need to
citizens are
slow
being
okay,
deported more
slow
so than
down. Breathe for a second. You just like brought up like two completely like unconnected things.
because you said Lake and Riley is a one-off instance, but it's 3.1 per 100,000. And when we have 10 to 12 million illegal immigrants coming here, that's way more than a one-off instance, isn't it?
I don't What are you talking about? So
You know
then
exactly what
getting
I'm talking
deported
about.
as a citizen?
No, I'm talking about you said that Lake and Riley instances are just one-off instances, and I just pointed to
I'm
you
telling
that when
you
10 to 12 million illegal immigrants are coming here and the homicide rate is 3.1 per 100,000, that's way more than
compared
one-off
to
instances.
overall, or like what are you talking about, dude? Like are you saying that illegal immigrants are committing 3 times as more homicides than like just regular
No,
US
it's
citizens?
3.1 per 100,000 they're committing homicides in the state of Texas
That
in
is
2020 to 2022.
3
You can look it
out of a
up.
100,000. What are we even talking about, dude? That's like
Well, this is
insanely
just the
tiny.
homicide rate.
That's tiny.
But
That's
that's not, hold
like
on, hold on. I don't consider that
3
tiny
out of
though.
a
I
hundred
consider it.
thousand. Do you have any idea like the odds of that? Like those are
Well,
pretty
hold on.
good
I could just
odds,
make the same point. I could just make the same point
bro.
that a lot of the ice.
What are you
I
talking
I could
about?
just make the same point
You guys are
that what the me.
nuts. You guys are just like seriously. You've like taken this immigration thing and you're just like going nuts with it, and it's like the wildest thing I've ever
No,
seen.
Joe Biden went nuts with it when he had an open border and he had 10 to 12
He didn't
million
have an
illegal
open
immigrants come up
border.
here. That is way more radical than what Trump's doing. Having
Why
an
do you?
open border and having and letting people not come in the border illegally and
And
deporting
now
them, that's
like
way less radical.
everybody's being what they're do you like look out the window and you're seeing like illegal immigrants like riding
Do
US
you look out the
citizens
window
like
and look at like
horses or
look, we can
something?
both play this
Like
game.
are we all just being tortured by this big boogeyman
Are we being tortured
US
by
immigrant
ICE?
or
Are we
illegal
afraid by
immigrant?
ICE? And you made the point earlier that
Yeah,
you've been afraid
actually
by
I have
ICE, right?
seen
I can be
that. I've
afraid of
seen
illegal
actual
immigrants for.
videos of that.
Oh, really? So are you? So here, and this is the point too. There's been two people been murdered
Like
by ICE. It was Lake and Riley, or
yeah,
sorry, not Lake and
two
Riley. It
there's
was
too
it
many
was
right
Alex
there.
Peretti
And
and
that's
Renee
2
Good.
out of
Those are two people in one
hey,
year.
guess what?
When
That's
10 to 12 million illegal
hey,
immigrants.
guess what? How many ICE agents were in the city and the two of them were schmurdered? That's 2 out of 3,000 ICE agents. Now those odds are a lot crazier than 3 out of a
Well, yeah, but we're
100,000.
taking this was
So
this in the whole country.
what you just did is made my point that ICE is actually making things more dangerous for a US citizen than illegal immigrants. Because 2
No,
out
because
of
we're talking about
3,000
the
ICE
whole country.
agents two schmurders out of 3,000 ICE agents in Minneapolis is way crazier odds
Okay, so tell me
than
this: Are
3
there
out of a
more
hundred
murders
thousand.
happening? Are there more murders happening in total when we have 10 to 12 million illegal immigrants? So let's say 2.5 million come in 20. So like let's just do the math here. So that's 2.5 million, right? So that's average per year. Let's say it's 3.1 for 100,000. That's about 60. That's about 80 murders per year by illegal immigrants coming in if they're coming in by 2.5 million.
80
It's two. Yeah, it's about two.
out
I
of
mean, I
300
just
million US citizens.
no,
80.
out of 2.5 million illegal immigrants coming in annually every year under Joe Biden. That's way more murders than two under the Trump presidency. Right, so we can shift the victim. We can say, "Oh, we care." Like, look, I don't think Renee Good or Alex Peretti had bad intentions, and I'm sad that they got unalived. But we have to understand, and we have to look at the other side, where
Yeah,
illegal
but look at the
immigrants are
odds. If we
murdering
start
U.S.
flooding
citizens
the
and other
cities with
people.
ICE agents
But illegal
and
immigrants are
more
murdering
no,
people at a
hold
way
on.
higher rate, and you
Okay, I
can't
let you
just point to
talk.
Renee.
You had your point. Now here's my point. If we start flooding cities with the amount of ICE agents that they flooded Minneapolis with, then the odds of getting like schmurdered by an ICE agent are way higher than getting schmurdered by an illegal immigrant. Do you not agree? Because out of
Well,
3,000 ICE agents, 2 people got murdered. And
Well, how
now
would you get murdered? But the only way you could get murdered by an ICE agent is if you were doing what Alex Peretti and Renee Good did, which was
what? Alex Petty
actually obstructing law enforcement.
was holding a phone, obstructing. How?
Well, okay, so do you want to talk about Alex Peretti or Renee Good first?
Let's go with Alex Petty, sure.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at Alex Peretti's video, I think that one was more tough. I think it's way
Tough.
less severe than what Renee Good was saying.
What?
And
Like what
I
he
mean,
was
look, I'm
doing?
sad. I'm sad that he got unalived. Here's the main thing with Alex Peretti. I mean, he was a week earlier. He kicked the taillight off of the ICE
That has
officer's
nothing to do
vehicle.
with what happened like weeks later. So you
Yeah,
can
well,
just drop
I mean,
that one.
if
If
you, I mean,
anything, that
he was
established
getting
a
in the way.
motive, on ICE to target him. So like I wouldn't even bring up that point if I were you.
Well, I could just make the same point that Alex Pretty had a motive to at least violently kick off.
Was he doing
Um,
that?
well,
I
he
mean,
did it
like, oh, to
before.
kick off the back of the whatever, like the brake
The
light.
tail light, yeah.
Big deal. That's not trying to like hurt anybody. It's a little bit of property damage. You know, arrest him. Call the
Yeah, so
police.
if we look at him, I mean, look, he was getting in the face of ICE officers. I mean, they took the pew pew away before they shot him, which is unfortunate. And I feel sad that he got unalived. If you look too in his car, he had two loaded mads in his
Do you
car.
think he deserved what
Um,
he got?
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think he
Yes or no?
deserved what.
Yes or no? Just yes or
No, I
no.
don't. But I don't think
Oh,
we should
okay. So
prosecute the
we
ICE
agree.
officers.
So what are we arguing about if we agree?
Well, do you like the main
It
things
sounds
are?
to
I'm
me
saying
like you're just trying to make up excuses for this immigration enforcement,
no. What I'm
which is
trying to
not
say is the
which
only
I
way you
already
get.
said that
I could
we
no
were
because the
deporting
only
more
way you get.
people without having
Here's
to
the thing.
do all of this shit. And in
The
fact, all you're doing is you're putting American citizens at more risk because of you know, if they decide to protest, which is one of our First Amendment rights, uh, then there's a chance that they might get schmurdered.
but
They
there's a
might
big
get
difference
pew pewed
between
in the face.
there's a big difference between protesting and actually obstructing law enforcement, which Alex
Do you
Peretti and Renee Good were both doing.
okay
With
now?
that being said,
What?
hold on. Like
How was he
if we look into
obstructing,
this, let's look into the city of Minnesota, right? So let's look at like Renee Good, which he has her car in front of the ICE officer's vehicle, so they can't go.
dude?
They're trying to
Hold
arrest her.
on. Okay. You just need to slow down. Okay. I know you love Charlie Kirk, and I know you want to like speak like really fast like him and Ben Shapiro and stuff, but you're like making it so
No, I want to
nobody
be
can
my own
understand
person.
you, dude. Nobody can understand you when you're talking like a million like miles per second. And I get it, you know, like it's an exciting topic to discuss, but you got to slow down so we
Well,
can
that's what
actually
Dina Park
understand
would
what
do,
you're
huh?
saying. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is the only way that you can actively get murdered by an ICE officer is you're obstructing them or causing
Do you
them
think Alex
to
Pretty was
have.
obstructing them?
Yeah, he was in the face of them.
No, he wasn't.
Uh,
They came up to
Anyone pull up the
him.
video right now?
They came up to him. We've all seen the
And he
videos.
so when they came up to him and they were like, I don't know, talking to him or whatever,
And then
what
they
did he do?
shoved that girl and she went like flying like feet first, and then he went to her away from them. He went over to her to pick her up, and then they came and sprayed him in the face with mace, and then he put his hands up. Which, if you're an arresting officer, well, like even I know this because I worked at a you know a county jail. If they put their hands up, grab their hands and you put it behind their back and maybe detain them properly. But instead, what was going on is you got a bunch of doofuses that are trying to beat his ass and then like hit him in the face with like pistol like whipping, and there's like five of them on top of him, which is just like what kind of communication is going on here? What kind of training have these people had uh to where one of them is removing his firearm, which he legally was able to carry. He didn't have to disclose that he had a firearm or anything because he had a concealed carry, right? Like that's your Second Amendment right. So what he was doing was practicing two of the very first amendments that we have ever established. Now, we ended up with a death like by execution essentially, uh and and for what? Because he was trying to help a girl up that was getting pushed down.
Yeah, I mean, I just disagree. I mean, here's the thing. When we
Well,
look at
okay,
what I
I mean,
read,
you can disagree with
hold on, I just let
reality,
you speak
but
for like.
like the sky is blue. You can sit there and say the sky is green, but I can tell you right now that everybody agrees the sky is blue.
No, this is
And
not as
even I
sky is
mean like
blue. This is not as
no,
definitive as the sky is
even
blue. And the reason why this is not as definitive is
why
hold
did
on.
DHS, why did the administration change like their whole narrative on Alex Pretty when it came out? Like everybody's like, oh yeah, this doesn't look good.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Yeah, I just
Okay,
answered your
sweet. I mean,
question.
so this is not as so first off, this is not as definitive as the sky is blue. Okay, that's just simply false. When we are dealing with our enforcement, I mean, look, this is chaos, right? We have people shuffling. We have people trying to take the gun. We have 5 people
No,
on him. He's wrestling. He's trying to get loose.
he's not
Look,
wrestling though.
scenes. Hold
Like
on. I
what?
thought you were gonna
You're
let me
making
talk.
shit
Are you?
up. Hold on. See, like now you're making shit
You're
up.
gonna be a hypocrite again?
Dude, if you're gonna be false and like come at like with false bullshit like that he was wrestling and that like resisting and stuff.
You
No,
want me to pull
he
up the
was
video
not.
right now?
His
I'll
hands
let the
were
video
up,
speak for itself.
dude. His hands were on the like on the ground in front of him. Like he wasn't reaching for a weapon. He wasn't doing any of that. So like
All
it's
right,
wild to
I'll pull
me.
up the video.
Uh,
I'll pull up the
like
video. I'll let the video speak for myself.
okay, it's wild to
Here we
me.
go.
It's wild to me
Yeah, here we go.
that you think that like he was resisting. And let me guess, you probably think that January 6th, 2021 was just a bunch of protesting, right? Like they were protesting.
No, I disagree with January 6th. Here we go. I'll let the video speak for myself. Here, let me rewind a bit. Thank you.
Oh, I can't do that on
There he is on the ground.
screen. Sorry, YouTubers, you can't see it as much, but you've seen the video. What
Does that look like he just has his
like
hands up?
What? What are you doing, dude?
Here we go. Oh, this is him kicking the taillight. Spinning at the car, kicking the taillight.
This is not him getting. What do you like? Are you taking a side
Yeah,
quest
I'm
here?
sorry. Okay, here it is. I think here it is.
What are you doing, bro?
Well, his own parents said on himself that he was acting strange past 3 months.
Right. Okay, hold on. All right, now we got something here. So,
yeah, here we go.
He's getting pushed back, and he's backing up. Oh my gosh, is he actually like?
And he's in the
up?
face of them too.
Oh my gosh, to look at somebody that's pushing you actively in the face, that's so obstruction of justice. Oh, look at him obstructing so hard with his phone.
Here, it might be. Here,
look at him resisting so much right now. Was it resisting when he like was trying to help the girl up?
Hold on, we're not.
That was getting shoved by
focused
ice?
on him. Okay, here we go.
Bro,
yeah, I'll try. Like
this is embarrassing for you.
I mean, you just said he had his hands up when he was on the. I mean, do you think he had his hands up on the ground too? Like because I don't know if you're talking about just when he was standing up or
when he's getting sprayed in the face with mace. Right there. There. Did you just see? Did you not just? It was like on your screen right there. You see his hands up?
This one?
Yeah. Get your mouse off of it.
Here.
Oh my God. Is his hand up right there? Yes. You grab the hand. See, oh, there's the ICE agent pushed her. Hand was up.
Yep.
That's what you do. That you grab the hand, you put it behind their back. Oh, but instead, let's pull him off of helping out this girl, and let's get 5 other officers on top of him. That is like the opposite of what anybody who is like properly trained in like any type of engagement is
like. Look, I would have to see the full context of why she got maced, why she got pushed back. If she was real upset and real obstructing, then I could see it.
Because these guys are the same people that stormed the Capitol. They're overly aggressive. They're trigger happy. Obviously, they're not trained.
They're not trigger happy.
Obviously, they are. Who else? Who else puts that many bullets? Who empties their magazine on a lifeless body, dude? Who empties their magazine on a lifeless body?
Dude, you're talking about one person. You cannot use it as generalization. When we have ICE prevalent throughout the whole year of 2025,
he was lifeless. He wasn't moving, and they were sitting there like
only 2 people have gotten unalived by the entire group of ICE. Is that trigger happy if only 2 people have gotten unalived and 600,000 have been deported?
Bro, 2 people out of 3,000 agents is a way bigger statistic than 3 people.
No, we're talking about the country. This is about the country and ICE in total. We're not just talking about the ICE in Minnesota. This is ICE in Minnesota. This is ICE in California. This is the ICE all over the country. 600,000 have been deported just by ICE, and that's not counting self-deportation.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, like 2 people.
Who's more than 2 though? Like, who's the other people?
Who's the other people that have been like deported
by ICE?
And assaulted? God,
Whoa,
I
now
don't
we're
even know if we have those numbers.
Don't move the goalpost. Don't move the goalpost.
Okay,
it was you were talking about the 2. Yes.
I guess. let's see here.
And try to, it would just be like in 2025 too, under Trump, second term.
You think that they even like have like released these statistics? They haven't even like been able to align like what they're even talking about, like whether or not they actually have a database that they're putting people in, which they obviously are, because like I've seen multiple videos of
Well,
them
that
like
no, no, no,
holding
that's just
what
incorrect.
they
We've
think is
known how many people
cameras.
have been deported under ICE, 605,000 in 2025, and we know how many people who
How
have
many? But
self-deported, 1.6 million
let me see here. How many deaths at the hands of ICE? I guess.
in Trump's second term.
Yeah, I got 2025 here. ICE was deadliest year in 2 decades. Ooh, that doesn't look good. This is from The Guardian, January 4th, 2026. In 2025, ICE's deadliest year in 2 decades. There was 31 reported deaths of individuals. Um,
That would be in probably like Trump, sorry, ICE facilities.
yeah, I mean that's another thing too. Is like if these people are working and they're just like then they're being thrown into these facilities and given like horrible living environments that make
It's
it
not
hard.
horrible living environments. I mean, it's pretty average. Look it up.
Okay,
People were hyping up
let's
out.
see
So
you go stay in one of these facilities and just say like, oh yeah, this is great.
yeah, I'd be pretty fine in there. I mean, if we,
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
hold on,
you sure?
and we hold the same standard for everyone, right?
Dude, you are living in La La Land. This is so crazy.
We hold the same standard for all presidents, right?
Sure, I would like to think so, but I
So,
don't
what do you
think
think about
think
what do you think
so.
what do you
Actually,
think the cage that Obama put kids in?
I would say that Trump has had way more of like things like slide through. Like the guy is like a 34 count like felon, right? Like let's
What felonies did he receive?
there was a lot of that. I mean, like we don't have to get into that's a pivot here, but I'm just
Then
trying to
why would you
say
bring it up? I wasn't pivoting
I'm just
anything. You
saying
brought
that
up the
he gets
felonies.
you brought up that we should be holding the same standards to all of these presidents. The amount of like criticizing that went on like because Obama wore a tan suit, like Trump has like literally like
Well,
said
okay,
like
here.
nothingness, like gone off on like rambling like where he's like slurring his words and like things are
Have you
like
seen
are
Joe
you
Biden?
sure this?
Did you see the Joe Biden versus Trump debate?
Yeah, and Biden made a couple of like gaffes that yeah, sure, he didn't look so
Right.
great,
Okay.
but
Right. So
like Trump is like
do you know
literally
that
like
it was
going
found out that
off
Biden had
like
dementia at his presidency, right?
yeah, what I'm trying to say though is that the criticizing of Biden was all like being done on both sides, right? Like Trump,
Yeah. Uh huh.
the guy could like
So when they hold
literally
on,
be like throwing up on stage and they'd
so
be
when
like,
the
"Oh, he's
Democrat Party
healthy.
said
He's
that Biden
fine."
had a bad night, so when the Democrat Party said Biden had a bad night when he debated Trump, right? Oh, it was a bad night. Oh, it was a one-off instance. It was a one-off for you. If you look at
No.
Biden,
I think
there
I
were
would
reports that
agree.
said
I would
Biden
agree
had
that he
dementia
said
at the
like
start of his
he didn't do so
presidency.
great, but like he made way more coherent like arguments than even Trump was making. But the thing is
No,
that
I
Trump's
completely disagree.
yeah, because you don't listen,
Dude, let's just
dude.
face
You
it.
don't pay
Like you can't,
attention. You
but
like
this is what I
Trump
mean. Like
might
we
have
can't.
spoke more confidently, but he wasn't saying anything. And like, dude, to like please quit jumping around. Like, let's talk about MAGA and whether or not they're failing. Like, you keep like saying like, what about Biden? What about Obama? And like all these things. And what I'm saying,
Because you're not holding the same standard. And when I
yes,
bring
I
up previous
am.
presidents like Obama, well,
I have no
no, because when
problem being a criticizing Obama or Biden
clearly
or
you do, because when I
Bush
brought up
or
Biden
Trump.
slurring his words, you said, "Oh, well, hold on, I'll ask you a
I'm being
serious question.
realistic, dude. Like
I'll ask you a serious."
I actually have a good faith like argument here to where I listened to that debate and yeah, Biden said, "Oh, we defeated Medicare." He stumbled a couple of times. Whoop-de-doo. Like Trump literally doesn't make sense. Like a lot of the time.
Well, this is the problem where when we want to hold the same standards for people, and I don't really know by what you mean of like this Trump doesn't make any sense. I don't
dude.
know if you mean that in the sense of we can't understand what
Just
he's
like
saying,
the amount
or
of
he doesn't make any sense in his
emoluments. Okay,
arguments.
here we go. Here we go.
Because
This is another one. All right, dude. The fact that he's like broken the emoluments clause like over and over and over and over again. The guy has done stuff that any other president would be impeached and removed from office like by now. The amount of money that he's like pumped and dumped just with his like Bitcoin like scams uh is breaking the emoluments clause like over and over
Bitcoin
again.
scams. What are you talking about? The Trump coin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Like
was separate from his
how he's
presidency.
how he
That was
keeps
released
like
on his
getting
own.
money from the like fees that are paid on his crypto that they keep like pulling the rug out from under people that are
Oh my
investing.
gosh. I don't.
I mean, the guy
That,
is like selling, he's like got ads that I've never seen a president that maybe Clinton. Maybe Clinton had like something with McDonald's or something, but I don't think Clinton was getting paid for it. Like
okay.
Trump is like sitting here like trying to hawk like shitty cell phones and like watches, and the
I
dude is just like
I want to show you something, okay? And this is going to be another image. If you can put me back on the main screen. Is it gonna? Yeah, here we go.
if it's another
Do you think?
whataboutism.
Okay, so do you think these are good living conditions? These are people. Yeah, thank you. So this is Obama.
Oh my
Right. So you
god,
said,
it's
oh, Trump's
another
putting people.
whataboutism, dude. No, they're
No,
not
no, no.
good
This is
living
not what aboutism.
conditions.
This is in general. No,
No,
because
they're
this is
not
my
good
problem.
living
Is you say that
conditions.
Obama was doing things differently.
I
You say
don't
that
give a
Obama
shit,
was.
dude. I
You're
agree
not
with
grading
you.
people
I
fairly.
agree.
This is not a good
Okay,
faith debate.
I
If you
agree that maybe we shouldn't have been handling the ways that we were handling them back then. It's okay to
okay, now we can
criticize
find some
people,
agreement.
even if you like may agree with a few things that they have done in the past. You know, like I was one of those people that when Obama was elected, I thought like, oh yeah, shit's gonna change, right? Because like that was his whole big thing. And then when shit didn't change, I was like, oh, major disappointment. And I think a lot of people felt that sentiment, and I think that's kind of what carried over into not really wanting Hillary Clinton as president, and why Trump won in the first place,
Yeah, I agree.
right? Okay. Oh, weird. I can actually like stop the like cognitive bias and have a coherent like open thought while you can't like take the guy's name out of your freaking mouth and like
No,
it's
I mean,
wild
I said this
how
before
much
that I
like
don't dis.
people are like unwilling to like even criticize this oaf that's in office that is just like destroying like our quality of lives like all the time. Like, have you seen the price of groceries, dude? Do you know how much it is to buy like a 20-ounce soda? It's shit's like
Yeah,
$3.
he's not doing a great job under the
Oh
economy.
wow.
I can
See, like
agree.
consider
I don't
me
think a lot of. I think
surprised because
our
I did
past
not believe
two.
that you could actually critique this guy.
Hold on, because before, and this was people didn't probably catch this on if you just started watching this debate, but like I said earlier, like in the first 5 minutes, that I'd actually disagree with stuff in the big beautiful bill, and I said that I don't agree with Trump on everything. And look, the reason why I'm
Yeah,
showing you,
then you
like I
went
showed you
to
that
like
picture of,
crazy
just let me,
efforts to
if you
like
can just let me get on
defend
my point, I
like
would appreciate it.
Schmurder and stuff.
No, I don't defend Schmurder, and I said that I don't believe that Alex Preddy or Renee Good got what they deserved. I'm sad for them. I just don't think that we should criminally prosecute the ICE officers, and we can look into the law of Minnesota if you want. And I've looked into it about
No, no, no,
when
no, no,
police
no, no,
officers
no.
can use deadly force.
We have moved on, and we're talking now about things that you disagree with MAGA and Trump. Okay, so let's
Okay.
go over a few of them. Like for instance, affordability, the price of groceries. Remember how he said that he was going to bring all of that down? How's that going?
It's not. It's not. I mean, if we look at inflation, it's not going great.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I think a lot of the focus has been on immigration, the border, passing a lot of international policy too, which I think he has done a good job on. I just
Wait,
think the
international
tariffs.
policy, a good job. The guy is
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
the guy has like isolated the US from like all of our allies.
Incorrect.
Uh,
Hold on,
and
and
like
actually, dude, we don't need.
Canada
Hold
is
on,
now
and
like looking at other countries to like trade with. India is getting more business because of us. Uh, we are like actually like importing beef. Like that's wild. We are like not looked at when it comes to like the global economy anymore, like as a serious trade
No,
partner.
we absolutely are. That's incorrect. And so there's a couple of things here. So when we look at like the way Trump does his international policy, let's first talk on what you're doing about, and then I'll give some praises to Trump for ending some of the wars.
What wars?
So when we look about,
Can you
so
name
mainly,
one?
I assume you're talking about
Can you name?
Greenland,
Well,
right?
hold on. Like, dude, slow down. All right, let's go point by point. First off, what wars?
Well,
What
we saw
war?
the Israel Palestine. Well, at least he
Oh my!
stopped the
Wait,
conflict.
did
Hold
you
on.
just say that he stopped Israel Palestine? Did you just literally? Did those words escape your lips right now?
So who
Are you for
congratulated
fucking
Trump after the
real,
war ended?
dude?
Yeah, because who congratulated Trump after the
You
war
guys
ended?
are in La
Everyone.
La Land. I
No,
didn't
hold on,
believe
hold
it.
on.
I
Just
didn't
let me.
believe
Hold
it,
on.
but when you
You're
hear
in La
it,
La Land if you think you
when
can
you
just
hear it
interrupt me
like
whenever
up
you want
front
and
like
think you're still
this,
a good faith
it is
debater.
so wild. Just like, dude,
You're gonna.
I usually
I
talk to
need to finish my
Christians.
point.
I usually talk to Christians and about like how like Jesus and God aren't real and stuff. And like I thought they were crazy. But let me guess, you're also Christian too. But okay.
Amen, brother. Well, I would say that it's crazy for you to say that you're a good faith debater while also interrupting me every single time I try to get a point out, right? So let's try to have my point get
When
out,
you
and
make
then you
shit
can
up
critique it.
like
Now you're
he
interrupting me
he
again.
stopped wars
No, 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 hold on.
and you
You've
can't
made
name a
stuff up.
war. Name a
I can say the
war.
same thing
Name a
about you. There's
war. Name a war.
now you're muting me.
Name a war
Israel
that he stopped.
Palestine, India
That
Pakistan.
that was not stopped.
There was a
Israel
30-year
Palestine is
conflict
still
between.
very much going on.
There was a
So
there was a
you're
30-year
speaking
conflict,
falsely, dude. You're lying. And that's why I'm
and
interrupting. When you
you're
lie,
not even
I'm
speaking.
going
You're
to
just interrupting
interrupt.
at this point. Is this a good faith
Because
debate
you're
when you interrupt
dude,
me?
you're not being in good faith cuz you're lying.
Okay, tell me why I'm lying.
Which wars? You said Israel
Let's
Palestine.
start with
Wrong.
Israel Palestine. Who thanked Trump? I want to ask you a question now
Dude,
because
you're
you asked me a
lying.
lot.
Dude, it's
Who
wild.
thanked Trump after the war ended?
What war ended?
The Israel Palestine conflict,
Oh,
at least for now.
what? For now? Did you just say that it ended for now?
Oh
It's
yeah,
still
conflict in
going
the
on,
Middle East is
dude.
bound to
Do
rise
you
again.
think that there's just like happy like people are living in peace and that it's all over? Like they're in a post-war like reconstruction era or something?
I said for now because conflict in the Middle East is bound to happen again. There are high tensions in the
What are
Middle
you
East. War is
talking
always going
about?
to
It's
break out.
still happening.
Now I'm delusional. The Israel Palestine war still continuing?
Yes.
Okay, I'll search it up. Let's do a quick Google search. Did the Palestine Israel war
Dude, they
end?
get like
Let's say at least
there's
for
conflicts
a
that like drum up
time.
every single day. Like yeah, they got like
A
spawned.
U.S. This is a quick Google search. A U.S. brokered ceasefire in Gaza intended to end nearly 2 years of war. Important here, a U.S. brokered ceasefire. Now, who's crazy, right? I said the U.S. ended the war. You said it didn't. This was a U.S. brokered
I'm
ceasefire
sorry.
deal.
A ceasefire is an end? Do you think that when the very
So
many
now we're moving the
do you know how
goalposts.
many
Now we're moving the
ceasefires
goalposts.
happen? Well, what are you
Okay.
talking about, dude? You're saying end a
First, it was
war.
the U.S. didn't end the
Do you
war.
know
Now
how
it's just
in
a
World War
ceasefire.
II, do you know how many ceasefires happened? Like thousands.
That was
Ceasefires
World War II. There was a
happen.
bunch of countries in that war. This is only two countries going against each other.
It's still going on though. Like a ceasefire, and like who even knows if this ceasefire was
According to who?
even
Your
like being
intuition.
upheld in any way?
I need to see evidence for this war still
I
going
need
on.
to
I'm
see
not.
any kind of
I'm
war
fine
that
if
was ended at the hands of Trump.
a U.S. brokered ceasefire in Gaza.
That's not a ending of any war. That's a
Okay.
ceasefire. That who even knows if that's even like did people actually
So
stop?
here, I'll give you your
Like
point
okay,
right here
so they
because
put down
because
on a
look,
piece of paper ceasefire
dude,
and
we're just
and
going in
signed it.
circles, and we shouldn't be critiquing. Like we're going into the semantics of this. We shouldn't be critiquing each other. So here's what's important here. This is what it says. It took effect on October 10th, 2025, providing a temporary, right? Like it's not completely ending the conflict. Albert Fragile pausing the intense fighting.
Oh, weird.
While it marked
You
while
said
it marked a shift
earlier
in
and
tempo.
ended
I'm gonna.
wars.
This is gonna help your point. While marked the shift in tempo, this truce has been heavily violated by ongoing daily Israeli attacks, failing to stop the humanitarian crisis, right? Like,
Whoa.
I agree the conflict's still going on. And look, the war, like, I guess if you're talking about like the war entirely, it depends on like, look, I would define the war as like
Hey,
the
you know what?
actual ongoing
All right.
conflict, like Israel blockading aid for
I'll back
Gaza.
off. I'll back off. Thank you for like conceding there. Like that actually
Can you
shows a
concede
little
that it
bit of
was but
progress.
can you concede though that this was a US broker deal that at least temporarily stopped the conflict?
It might have. I don't even know if it did temporarily stop it. From what you just read to me, it doesn't sound like anything stopped. It
It
sounds
was
to me
only,
like
I believe it was.
some papers got signed, and then Israel was like, "Yeah, we're still gonna keep pew pewing them."
Well, what's important to note here is it's not. So, if we're talking about stopping, it's not going to decrease the deaths of this conflict to zero. It might go through. Okay, so when the war was officially going on,
We
there
don't
was
have to
like,
get
let's
this
say,
deep into it, right? Like your point is that Trump was like brokering all of these endings to wars, which is in his delusional mind that was happening. I, I'm not hearing any evidence that any wars were ended. You said ended, like any war.
yeah, and I see what you're saying, but like, you can't even concede that like the U.S. brokered ceasefire did anything. Like, it
Thank you
at
for
least
saying
did
that you see what
something
I'm
to
saying
solve to
because you
slow down the conflict, right?
would you concede now that he has not ended any wars?
No, he's ended wars for sure.
Which ones?
Yeah, and this was just a quick search too, just off ChatGPT. I can't remember all of them. So the India Pakistan war, there was a ceasefire reached over like a couple of days of that, which was really good. There was, I think this was the one I was talking about earlier,
Did they
the Rwanda versus the Democratic Republican Congo conflict. So he brokered a peace
hold
agreement
on.
between them. So
Let's
that's official. So a
are
peace agreement is more further down the
India and
line.
Pakistan are not in any kind of declared conventional war.
Look, I mean, we
Dude,
can get into the semantics of this.
no, you're saying
No, because
ending
first, hold on.
wars. When I hear the words end and war, I want to hear about wars that were ended, declared wars that were ended. You're not giving me that.
Okay, so let's just search it up. It was the India Pakistan war.
No,
Was India and
don't word it
Pakistan
like a war because AI is going to be like, well, the
conflict
war that you're
a
talking
war?
about.
No, this is what I'm searching up. Was the Indian v
Just say, are
Pakistan
India and
conflict a war?
Pakistan at war, or were they ever at war?
Question mark. Uh, in 2025.
Artsy, it's not
Yeah, so
about
this is
sides.
this is what it says. So it says a brief armed conflict between India and Pakistan began on May 7, 2025, after India launched missile strikes on Pakistan. Enemy. So I want to say, look, so that India Pakistan war, that was very early. That was ended by Trump. So
Stop calling it a war when it's not a war.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry for calling it a war. I would say it's more conflict, but like
Okay,
we're still
so
ending
Trump was
casualties, right?
wrong in lying when he said he
Can you
ended that
concede?
war
Can you
because
concede?
it wasn't a
Can you
war.
concede that we're ending casualties when Trump brokers these these peace deals and ceasefires? We're ending casualties. We're lowering the cost of casualties, right?
Sure, I'll concede that,
Okay, and but
but
like
I don't think that it was ending any wars. So can you stop saying that?
right, but like
Because
this is
that's
the
just a
thing. Like because
lie.
here's the thing. I
Like,
don't care who ends.
can
I
you
don't.
concede that Trump is lying when he said he's ended these wars?
Um.
Because these aren't declared wars and they're not ended.
Well,
These
there's
are
a lot we can go through.
conflicts.
There's a lot that we can go through. So we can't just point at two because there's about 8 of them on these list. So let's look at this. The Rwanda versus Democrat Congo. Yes, so it says yes, the conflict between the Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo was considered a warlike, high-intensity conflict in 2025, driven by the Rwandan blah 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 blah. Although a U.S. brokered peace deal was signed on June 27, 2025, and a ceasefire agreed in July, having fire continue through the year.
It sounds like that
Yeah,
didn't
and
end.
this is the thing. So
So, like,
I'll concede that Trump. Here's what I'll
what you're
concede to.
describing to me
I'm gonna
is
I'm gonna
like
I'm gonna get.
bureaucracy, like bureaucratically, a ceasefire was like brought up and maybe signed by uninterested parties, or maybe they're interested, but it obviously didn't end or seize anything. Like there was no fires being seized. These are not wars
No,
ending.
that is untrue. That when there are peace deals and ceasefires game, that there is absolutely no difference
Can you
between
read that
a
last
ceasefire
sentence to
being
me
there or
again?
not. I just
Start with although.
what?
You were just reading to me, and then you said although the ceasefire was like agreed upon in May/June, that there were still conflict. Like you said something like to that
Yeah,
extent.
there was still fighting going on after that, right? And look,
Okay,
when
so it
Trump says
sounds
he's
to
ending
me
wars, I
like
think
that
so
didn't end
Trump
anything.
says he's ending wars, he's exaggerating the term. But look, I don't even care if he's exaggerating the term. I just care if
Obviously,
casualties are
you
going
don't.
down, right? So,
Are
well,
they
here's my point:
though?
is what I'm trying to say is I care more about ending casualties and solving conflict rather than like I would rather have a president that exaggerates saying he's going to end wars, but he's still doing a pretty good job at it, than a
Is
president
he?
that's honest but that isn't ending wars. And I think that's what we saw under Joe Biden, where Joe Biden was more realistic with what he was saying, but he's also way worse at least his international policy.
Dude, this
Right? I
is
mean, we
some
saw
of
the
the
Israel
wildest
Palestine
stuff.
war break out. We saw, and that was, I mean, the Israel Palestine war was a genuine war. We saw obviously Russia v Ukraine. Those are just the main two.
Do you think
Which
Russia and Ukraine? Do you think that that has ended?
I think we're much closer to an ending under Trump than Biden.
Yeah, maybe closer to. I don't even know. Dude, like, yeah, like you've got me just like my whole brain scrambled, and I guess like that's the point, right? Is that like you just like flood the zone, as they say, with like all of these different things. Uh, but like everything you've like talked about, like easily, like I haven't even really had to like do too much to like
Right.
disprove or like
Right.
what, dude, like what I'm saying to you, and you just said that you would rather have a president that's like lying to you and maybe like getting some things done than somebody being truthful and still getting things done. I I
No,
didn't
no, no.
make
That's
any
not what I
sense out of
said.
that
That's not.
one.
No, no. That wasn't even what I said. This is not even comparing Biden and Trump. This is just saying in general what I go in with presidents and how I grade them is I would rather have a president. I'll clarify that exaggerates the wording, but still is doing things
So
right. He's still
lying.
like
Do you think
so.
that
Well,
that
I wouldn't
exaggerating
necessarily hold
by
on.
saying
So I
ending
wouldn't necessarily.
wars is an exaggeration? Because that's a lie to me.
Here's the thing: I would consider it more of an exaggeration than a lie because
It's
he's
a
still going
lie.
through the steps of ending the conflict, like a peace deal that he signed with like Republic, with where is it? The Rwanda versus the Dominican Republic of
But you
Congo,
just
and
said
like the
how that was not
and
that
like
was
the
a
ceasefire with Israel
ceasefire
and
and that
Iran.
they still are going at it. You just said that, bro.
Yeah, and look, this is not like I'm not trying to
Bro.
like place a match just to get points. I'm just trying to like find the truth and like find some middle
Yeah,
ground with each other,
I'm hoping
right?
that you can like pull yourself
No, because
away
you're approaching
from
this
the
from I'm
delusion that
always
you're
right and
in,
all your
dude.
points are dumb, and I'm trying to approach this
No.
from the perspective.
I'm
So
like,
let me get on
dude,
my
I'm
point.
trying to help
I haven't even
you
got out
pull
my
out of this
thing.
delusion because like you're saying that you're willing to critique him, but then you're floundering when it comes to like these lies, these blatant
How am I
lies.
floundering when I have literally conceded and agreed with you on like 3 points? When do you see a guest do
Yeah,
that?
I'm saying, dude, like maybe before you just like start like going off and like spouting like things that you've heard, that you question them, like think about them critically, like has
Mm.
he actually ended any wars? Because you were very sure that he had, and now that we look at it, no, not at all.
Well, but also there can be considerations for conflict and war. People are still dying nonetheless. Like this is the way I look at it: is if people are dying, right, in
People
wars,
are
I want to
still
stop that. And
And
I
he
don't
hasn't
look. I don't care what you look. This is just my point. Look. This is just how I approach it. And you can disagree with it. I don't care how you word it. Really, I don't care what you do. I care about how you solve the conflict. If you
he's
solve
not
the
solving
conflict,
it. If it's still going on, it's not solved.
okay. Well, it's what I'm trying to say is he's approaching the steps of. I mean, look, we can't control what people are doing, right? But
Meanwhile, it's $3 for a
I know.
20
Hold on. I'm
ounce,
not even. But
and
like, you
our
have to understand
international
too that I'm not even
policy,
talking,
which is what got us
dude.
into this whole discussion, uh, is awful, right? Like he's lying. He's talking
No,
about
I don't. I don't. I really don't
he's
consider it
talking
like
about
a
like
flat out lie.
fantasy. It,
Right? It's a fantasy to say a conflict is a war. That's such a fantasy. And this is the problem. Like, don't interrupt me on this. Okay. We have had 8 conflicts, either that have been brokered a peace deal or a ceasefire under Trump. That is a lot getting done. Okay. Whether those people agree to it fully,
are those
look,
ceasefires
they're going to
still
do
in
it. Look,
place? Are they still did anything actually come of
here's
them?
my perspective. They were in place for a certain amount of time that lower casualties. I'm
Dude,
okay with that. I'm glad
the
about that. Are
standards
you
are
glad about that?
so low when
Are
it
you
comes
glad about?
to
Are you
like
glad that? Hold on. Would you rather have a peace deal or not a peace deal?
I'd rather have 20-ounce sodas that are only $1 instead of $3.
So now you're going to dodge the question. Would you rather have a peace deal or no peace deal?
He didn't make a peace deal,
See,
so I don't know what you're talking
now
about.
he
I would
can't
rather
concede
have
with
a
the other
peace
person.
deal.
Now he can't find the other common ground. Would you rather have a peace deal or not have a peace deal?
Bro, he like getting a ceasefire like on paper and
Yes or no question. Just yes or no.
nobody ceases fire.
You're dodging.
That's not a
You're
peace deal.
dodging.
Hey
We're
Dougal,
not talking about Trump. We're not talking about any of the conflict. We're just talking about would you rather have a peace deal or not?
I would rather have a peace deal. Yeah, sure.
Would you rather have a ceasefire or not?
I would rather have a ceasefire.
Would you rather have a president end conflicts and end wars, or would you rather have a president not end conflicts and not end
I
wars?
would rather have a president that's ending conflicts. Yes.
Okay, I completely agree with you. So when President Trump is putting in peacefires and ceasefires in place that maybe don't last 6 months, but they last for a certain amount of time, you're happy with that, right?
Peace fires? Peace fires? Peace fires like what it sounds like is going on in your head. Hi Bardicus. Can I get your age real quick?
55.
Sorry about that. No, 123 Masona dodging. No, like bro, just like think critically for one damn second of your life. Like if Trump is saying that he ended 8 wars, maybe just like stop for a second and think, did he?
What's the casualty rate? When did you start following that?
What are you talking about?
Well, I what I don't like is people. You're a monster, dude.
I'm
You
a
picked on
monster.
yeah. You just picked on that kid, and you believe
Picked
in
on
death.
that kid. The
Yeah,
kid is
19. You said you were double his age.
yeah, so at 19
Wow,
I would
that's
not
how you mentor. That's how you
yeah,
mentor, bro.
you
With your lies and your
you help
BS.
them understand
That's how you mentor.
when they're
What did you help
being
him understand?
ignorant.
What did you change?
His
Oh,
mind on a few
don't
things.
even start with ignorance, dude. You're the most ignorant speaking. I felt like a scene of Billy Madison. Neither one of you were making sense.
Okay.
It's so sad. You think, let me get this straight. On the
Are you going to
immigration,
get
you
to your
probably
point?
think, yeah, sure. Let's start with immigration. You think you have the moral high ground on that, correct?
No, I think that immigration is not that big of a deal, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well let me tell you how it is a big deal.
How?
Okay? Because it is stressing our financial social welfare that we have. It is
How?
stressing it. How?
Yes.
Well, let me put it to you this way. In the last 4 years, I did the math of all of just the SNAP benefits going to illegal immigrants.
That's false. What you're
Really?
you just made a false statement.
No, I did
SNAP
not.
benefits can't
No, I
be
did
given
not.
to somebody that's
Really?
undocumented, dude. You have
Really?
to
I
have
could give you a red state
Good
and a blue
Lord.
state.
Can you all right, pause? Do I have to mute you? Okay.
Well, okay, you just
Okay.
called me a liar. I can
Yeah.
prove my right. Can you prove yours?
Yeah, when you're getting SNAP, you have to have a social security number. Do you think
Oh my God.
undocumented immigrants have social
Okay.
security numbers?
I would like for you to live in the real world, okay? I want you to go to Texas. I want you to look up page 42 under the section of SNAP. Okay. In there, it says all mouths qualify. And that's a red state. So everybody fighting over SNAP benefits and everything, it's not a red-blue thing. That's what they use to make people like you feel important. Okay. So it's a red state that gives out SNAP benefits to illegals because they can have one mouth that is qualified in the house. And if 6 or 7 people are in the house, they get enough food to
They're
cover
not
the
signing up for
house.
SNAP, because if they're signing up for SNAP, then
They're
ICE
not.
is going to
Listen,
hear
did you
about these people that are
do you
not
okay? Do you
documented.
understand? Do you understand the all mouths qualify rule?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude.
Well,
All
see,
I know
that's
is
again
that
okay.
is
So you're ignorant. I got it. You are ignorant
you're
because it
bringing up
states
something from
it's
Texas
one
that
mouth. No, I
first
am.
off,
You just
I
said
could
that
try and
illegals are
fact
not
check
getting.
you on this.
Please do.
But
Please fucking do.
dude, I know for a fact that this is not like
No, you know for a fact
this is
you're
not some sort
ignorant.
of
Look
SNAP.
it up. Fact check me.
Dude, you think that
Fact check me.
that SNAP is being like that
Fact
it's
check
causing
me.
this huge like
Because
economic
here's the thing.
disaster
Hold on. You know
that
what?
you're
I'll
trying
just
to
get
describe?
to the real one.
Okay.
I'll just get to the
Please,
real
yes,
one.
can we get
How
to the real
about death?
problem here?
How about deaths? Okay, yeah, let's go with death.
Yeah, we already went over
Let's
that.
go with death.
Me and the 19
No,
year
no, no,
old.
no, 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 no. No, yeah, that was a poor little thing. Let me ask you this. How many deaths were on the border that averaged during the 4 years of Biden?
Dude,
It spiked
know.
over 800. It spiked over 829 in 2022. Okay. So there's 829 deaths you don't care about because it wasn't you, right? It wasn't in Minnesota, right? Well, let me ask you this. Are the grape trees?
Dude,
Hey, hold on.
you said
Please be quiet.
economy.
You don't even
What
know
are you
about the death
talking
conveyor.
about, dude? You're jumping.
Your ignorance. Again, your ignorance.
Your main point.
Do you know what
your
the death
thesis,
count?
Okay, the main idea.
Do you know what the count?
The main
Do you know what the
idea
count?
that you brought forth on your argument here was that
there is a
the
death
economy
conveyor.
is being hurt from illegal
Yeah,
immigration.
I'm going to bring that up. Well, okay, I'll go back
And
to
now,
that.
Now you're talking
Because
yeah,
of the
you're
illegal
flying
immigrants.
all over the place, dude.
I could go anywhere you fucking want. You don't know shit. Because the SNAP benefits that were spent on illegals, and it was in the paper that 14 states give illegal immigrants SNAP benefits directly. That was in the Connecticut Herald or something. That was an article. Second, if you would have taken the money that was spent on them and give it to our actual American poverty, they would have got an extra $12,500 per recipient. Okay. Second, you're taking $69 billion out of our economy because that's the remittance to Mexico from the people that work here and take the money that don't pay taxes on it and then take the money and send it $64 billion a year. Okay. So that's not going to help our schools that they're overcrowding. That's not helping our, by the way, have you noticed that the housing is going down? Why? Because there's more supply. Why? Being deported. And let me tell you something. Something that you guys don't even understand about deportation. It's a fucking game to control power in Washington. When Obama got rid of 3.2 million, when he deported that, do you know what states he deported them from? Arizona and Texas. 80% of them came from Arizona and Texas.
Border
Why?
States.
Not just because of border states.
So what the hell
Why
are they
didn't he do
doing
it
in
out? Hey, we all
Minneapolis?
listen. How did only less than only 100,000 came out of California? It's called congressional seats. The more people, because our census go by people, and that's how many
Are you
congressional
trying to say
seats you
that
get.
they're voting now?
No, first of all, no, they get. Do you think if we only counted American citizens, how many congressional seats would the Democrats lose in Congress, in the House?
What is he talking about?
See,
What is he
again,
talking
you know what,
about?
chat? Let him know because I'm tired of his ignorance.
Is he saying that we get more congressional seats for undocumented immigrants?
For people in your state, they don't have to be American. Yes. Do you not know that? Let me ask you something. How many amendments are in the Constitution? Do you know that?
27 or is it 22?
Very good. How many branches of the Constitution?
Of the Constitution?
Yeah, there's 3 branches
of government
in the Constitution.
dude?
There's 3 branches in the
We talked about the 3
Constitution.
branches. Yeah, I just said the 3 branch. Did you just answer your own question, actually?
No, I said there's 3 branches. What are they? Can you name them?
3
Do you
branches
know what
of
the 3
government:
branches
the
are?
judicial, the executive, and the legislative branches.
Perfect. I'm going to go for a perfect score. Last question. How many articles are in the Constitution?
Articles.
Yeah, there's fucking articles. How many articles are in the Constitution? This is an 8th grade test, bro.
What are you, dude?
You see, your ignorance is so blast, dude. You don't know how many there's 7 articles in the Constitution.
Sure. Okay. What is going on? What
You don't know your facts, and you're losing your
I
shit.
just told you how many amendments were in there. Articles.
Yeah, you got the
though.
amendments and you got the 3 legislation, but you don't even know how many articles there are.
What? I'm not even sure. There's 7 original.
You're not worried
articles
about
that
the
outline
death.
the
You're not
structure
even
of
worried
the
about the
federal
unaliving
government.
toll on the border.
And there's
You're not
27
even worried about the
amendments.
cartel grape
don't
trees
know.
that got cut down because they're no longer doing that anymore. Why? Because they shut the border down. But you don't care about those women,
What?
right? You don't know anything about a cartel grape tree?
Oh.
Where the women that were coming across the border, they threw their panties onto the tree as trophies from raping them? You don't know about that? You don't know about the real world?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
dude?
yeah. Wow. You know what? You need to fucking educate yourself. Because all your things, you probably need to go to therapy to deal with your feelings. Because all of your policies during that Biden,
Somebody needs to go to therapy.
you had over between 600 to 900 deaths, unalivings on the border a year. You had multiple
And so how is
grape
this,
trees.
How is this anything to do with the economy again?
Oh, because you don't care about their lives anymore. I got it. Let's go back to the economy.
Yeah,
let's go back
keep
to
trying to
let's bring them here.
keep-
Let's bring them here on
You're doing
slave
a real
wages.
good job.
Let's bring them here on slave wages, like you Democrats like to do. You guys like to promote your slavery and your fucking white supremacy. You have,
What?
and you always will.
What?
Oh, you're racist, dude. What party has slaughtered over 200? Had 5 massacres to its name? That would be the Democratic Party.
What
You know, you're part
are
of the
you talking
KKK, right?
about?
Your Democrats are the KKK, the origins of the KKK. They
No.
massacred blacks 5 massacres
What are
to
you
their name.
talking about, dude?
God, you are okay. Wow. You don't even know what you represent, do you?
I'm just like letting you just like dig yourself.
No, I'm
further
just
into
no,
this
go
hole.
ahead. Go ahead and defend yourself. Go ahead and
Dude,
defend yourself.
I don't need to.
You're a racist. You belong to a racist party.
What?
Tell me when they switched. Tell me when the Democrats stopped being racist.
Are you? Did
Tell
I
me when
just
the
talk about
Democrats
a
stopped
party
being
switch?
racist. When did Democrats stop being
Well, the
racist?
party
You're a
switch
Democrat.
happened in around 1964 when the
Oh,
civil rights-
1964, really?
Yeah. Do you
All the
know of a
racists
man
went to
named Lee
Republicans. Wait a minute,
Atwater?
hold on. All the racists went to Republicans, right? Your little Southern switch theory? Yeah, tell me when the governors took over, when a Republican governor took over in the southern states. Tell me when a Republican mayor took over in a southern city. Since, you know, all the racists went to Republicans, your little southern switch theory that doesn't hold up to imperial data. Come on. All the racists, you know, that's when they switched, right? That's when all the racists went to Republicans because of civil rights, right? It wouldn't be that 82% of the Republicans voted for the civil rights and only 61% of the Democrats voted for the civil rights. That was authored by a Republican. Come on, you racist freaking party person. You're racist. You didn't even know that, did you? Because you probably don't have any friends that have melon color, do you? You don't have any friends, do you?
I don't tokenize people.
You're not tokenizing them. If you were around them, they would educate you. I was educated.
Bro, are you okay?
No, I'm tired of racist little guys like you getting on here and thinking you have a moral justice over anybody.
I'm just, dude, I'm
No.
like making
I
points.
watched you take that little kid and you didn't mentor him, and I'm not going to mentor you. I'm just going to point out how racist you are. You belong to a racist party. So tell me, when did the Democrats switch? Because it took 20 years for a
1964,
Republican to get office.
When civil rights became
Civil rights. No,
when the
that
Civil
would be
Rights
the
Act
brown
was
shirts out of
being
Mississippi. That would be the white shirts out of Louisiana.
It
Come
was
on.
1964
Though
when
that
the
was
Civil Rights
Democrats,
Act was
bro.
passed.
Democrats are the racist party.
That's why they switched, right?
They didn't switch. When did they switch? Tell me when they switched. What is your
when black
imperial
people
evidence for
started
switching?
when black people started getting treated equally.
No,
or
they started.
not
The
even they're not
black
even
people
being
switched
treated
in the
equally.
community during RDF during the big deal. Know your history.
RDF.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I got
wait.
dyslexia too, and I messed up in my head.
FDR.
Yeah, FDR. Yeah, I got a little dyslexia. Sorry, I got
Okay.
dyslexia.
No, it's fine.
But no, that's when the blacks started voting for the Democrats because of the New Deal and the promise of jobs they didn't get.
Don't say that word.
Don't say black? I say that around my friends all the time because guess what?
Dude,
I'm white, they're black. We're not I'm not tokenizing anything. Oh my God. Can you fucking make a point? Tell me when the Democrats haven't been racist.
Bro, you're like actively being
Tell me when the Democrats haven't been racist. Come on, you racist. You call Republicans racist. You call us immoral. You call us all kinds of names. So tell me when the Democratic Party quit being racist.
I'm sorry, but if you say racist things, I'm going to call you a racist.
I do not say racist things. So go ahead. Come on. Just get back to the point. Okay, tell me when the Democrats started being racist.
Do you know what an adjective is?
Would you know what? Do you know what? You can't answer the question. When did your party stop being racist?
People. At least
when
say black people.
Would you stop and just answer the question?
Say black people instead of
answer the question. Answer the question. When did your party stop being racist?
I didn't say that anybody stopped being racist.
Okay, so you're part of a Democratic Party that's more racist and has never done anything for the black community ever, but yet you call Republicans racist. Your policies for the border unalive more people.
You are all over the place. Yeah.
No, I could just point out how immoral and how racist you are. Anything else you want to know?
Shoot, keep going.
Nope. Come on, bring it up.
I want to still talk about the economy.
Okay, what do you want to know about the economy? Because you don't know shit about the economy.
Dude, your initial point.
You don't know shit about the economy. Whatever. Come on, get to your point about the economy.
Do you know how much like the American
Make your fucking claim on the economy. Do you know how a debate works? You make a claim and we argue about it. Make your claim on the economy.
Are you done?
Make your claim.
The American dollar
went down. No shit. Why? Yeah, why did it do that? What moves happened to make that happen? What moves happened to make that happen?
How much have
you
paid?
Come on, Einstein.
What?
It comes down to three things. If you can name three things that happened this year for the American dollar to be weaker, I will give you fucking credit for bringing it up.
Yeah, I would say.
Why is the dollar weaker?
The dollar's weaker because we destroyed our global economy. Like,
how did we do it? What policy? What fucking trade thing happened? What anything? Come on, give a fucking reason. Are you going to chat GPT it?
Do I look like I'm chat GPTing right now?
I'm asking. Just give me a fucking answer.
I'm trying to answer.
Okay. Well, no. I want a specific. Not we're destroying the dollar.
Trump went off. About
Trump
tariffs.
Did what? What move did he make? What happened?
So calm down. They brought out this board of all these countries, and they said we have all of these trade deficits with all of these countries. Well, guess what? America is a net importer, not an exporter. When you're a net importer, you're gonna have trade deficits. Now they try to use that.
What are the trade deficits right now? What are the trade deficits right now,
bro?
If you know about trade deficits, what are they right now?
Importer,
I understand, but what are they right now? What are they? What were they when they came in? What are they now?
It doesn't matter. What I'm
oh my God, your lack of fucking intelligence. It was over 100,000 or $100 billion a year, and now it's only 36. Hold on, it's only 36 billion.
To buy things from you when you go to the grocery store. Do they buy things?
Do you have a problem with America and supporting American families and giving them real wages?
Dude,
no, I don't. I'm for American families.
Dude, I think
you are just too ignorant to understand what that means.
I think you need to.
You don't even know what you haven't answered. You haven't. Tell me what destroyed the dollar.
I'm trying to tell you, and you just keep going.
No, because you didn't talk about what destroyed the dollar.
I said
you said he said Trump brought out a board. Yes, Trump bringing out a board tanked the dollar.
Can I finish that? Can I finish
Okay.
what I was talking about?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So they tried to use the idea that there's this horrible trade deficits going on. And like I said, America is a net importer. When you are a net importer, you're going to have trade deficits because you're not exporting. You're not selling people things. Okay? So they try to use these trade deficits to justify putting tariffs on imports from these countries. Now, when we are importing things, who's paying the tariffs? Are these countries paying the tariffs, or are the American citizens being like paid?
Did
Or
you
they're
just
the ones
do
that
you
have to pay
read
their
all
tariffs?
propaganda hit list and just regurgitate? Because one,
That's not
you still
propaganda.
haven't even told me what affected the dollar, other than Trump bringing out and saying that we got a trade deficit and
Yeah,
he's gonna fix it.
because the tariff bullshit makes
The
people
tariff
have to
bullshit is what
stop
made the dollar
buying
weaker.
these things
The
because the
tariff bullshit
price
made the
of it.
dollar weaker.
So
The
when
tariff
you are,
bullshit made the dollar weaker.
do I need to
Wouldn't it
like
make it stronger?
make it elementary for you? Okay,
Oh,
I
please
will.
do.
Okay, so let's say a T-shirt from China is being
Oh my
shipped
God.
to America. All right, Trump just put 100% tariff on it. Okay,
Mhm.
China
Yep.
does not pay that tariff. The person in America that is trying to sell the shirt
Can you prove it?
has to pay that tariff.
Can you prove it?
And then guess where they put that price
Oh
that
my God.
they just took for that tariff? They
Will you
put
do
it
me a
on
favor?
onto that shirt. So
Will
guess
you do
what?
me a
That
favor?
shirt just went up
Hey,
in price.
Hey, Billy Madison. Billy
Yes,
Madison.
the tariffs are
Can you
tanking
just shut
the
up and get?
dollar.
Hold on a second. Just shut up a second. I can't handle your diatribe. You say a whole lot of nothing, and you got talking points down. Get your fingers ready. Pull up GPT,
No,
and I'm going to educate you, because this is what you should do.
I just
Go
told
to
you
Yale.
exactly how
Hold on.
tariffs
Would you
work
go? Would you
in like
fucking
less
go to
than
Google?
2
Oh my
sentences.
God. Oh my God. I know. I'm going to show you how stupid you are, unless you're really fucking stupid and can't listen. Go to fucking Google and Google the Yale study on tariffs. Okay? Because the study came out, because why? They wanted to fucking prove tariffs wrong. And the first 6 months going in, they ran a study on the effects of tariffs. That's Yale. Do you think Yale is a big fucking fan of Trump? Nope. But let me tell you what they showed. I'll just give you,
school.
hold on, honey. I'm going to school you on the real world. It says in
Based
that
on
study,
early
hold on.
2026 reports, the budget lab at Yale, recent U.S. tariffs have increased consumer prices. What? It's
How much?
agreeing
How
with
much?
me
How
that
much?
they've
How much?
increased
Hold on.
consumer
Did you
prices.
read the fuck? You know what I love about you? Hey, Billy Madison. Billy Madison,
Supreme
snap.
Court
Hey,
ruling
Billy.
might reduce the average household
Billy
tariff cost.
Madison. Billy Madison. Okay, hold the fucking phone here, okay? I know it's a lot of information for you, and you know how to read titles. Did you read the fucking study? I read it. I was in it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a fucking cliff note so you can fact check me in real time.
What, that it
I'm going to give,
increased
would you
prices
shut
for the
up?
consumer?
Do you know who Westinghouse is?
Yes.
Do you know who West? Okay,
Yeah,
they
sell,
make appliances,
like
right?
appliances and
Yeah.
TVs.
Okay, due to the tariffs, their cost went up 1.2%, right? 1.2%. Now, how much do you think they added to the price? 1.2%? Do you think they added 1.2% to cover their tariff costs?
At least.
At least? Well, why would you do more?
I mean,
Why would you do more?
Capitalism.
Okay, capitalism. That's what they did. And then little Billy Madison's like you,
So
they
wait.
raised their fucking. Hold on.
So
Billy Madison,
tariffs
shut up.
made
I'm going to make a
prices go
point,
up?
Billy Madison. Pay attention. They raised their pricing by 18%. And then they tell little Billy Madison's like you, it's the tariffs the reason why costs have gone up so high. No, the corporations are taking advantage. If you look in that Yale study, on average, yes, costs went up on products by 1.2% because of tariffs on average. But the corporations raised their prices of over 10%.
Oh,
So, hey,
now,
Billy Madison.
Wouldn't you
Hey,
just
Billy
call
Madison.
that good business?
Hey,
'Cause
Billy
I'm pretty sure
Madison.
that's
Hey,
like what
Billy
Trump-
Madison. Why do you think they do that, Billy
Can I even
Madison?
talk?
Hey, Billy Madison. Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they do that, Billy Madison?
Why? To make more money?
So no, so that they could put the public pressure on the consumer, right? And then say, hey, this guy that's being mean to us and make us fucking protect American jobs is being mean to us. So we're going to change the perception and say, hey, he's mean. He doesn't know what he's doing. Your cost of living is going up and blah, 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 when they're taking advantage of your pocketbooks and fucking betting against American people. But go ahead, Billy Madison. Go ahead, Billy Madison. You know the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just showed you that.
You just made my point. So I don't know like what you're getting at.
Billy Madison, listen, Kamala
Tariffs
Harris was
raised-
against corporate greed,
did-
right?
did-
You're
okay.
against corporate
Guess
greed,
what
right?
happened today? Do you know what happened today?
Yeah, the tariffs got rejected. Guess what? You just empowered. Oh, guess what? You just empowered him. You just empowered him. You guys, every time you guys think you get a step, you lose two. Do you know what the IPPE are? Do you know what those are?
I don't know. What's the IP?
Yeah, I know, because you only read titles. My name is Billy Madison, and I don't know nothing.
Dude, you
Just
gotta
look it
really
up.
come up with some
Why don't you-
new, like material on poultry? What IPPE? What is it? Poultry? What about the IPPE? You can unmute. Or I can invite you to unmute.
I'm sorry, Billy Madison. I hurt your feelings.
No.
You don't know shit.
What?
You don't know shit.
What's the
You don't even know what
IPPE?
power. What did? Okay, so
What
did you
is your
read?
point, dude?
You just empowered him in saying that he could do tariffs on the IPP side. Do you think a lawyer cares if they get the same result through one law or the other? Come on, Billy Madison. Do you even live in the real world? How do you get up in the day? Do you get up and just smoke a bowl?
No.
You sure? Because, dude, you have no brain cells. Does a lawyer? Let me ask you this:
Are you
does
talking to yourself?
No, I'm trying to help you. Does a lawyer in Washington care if they get the
Dude,
job done
You know
one
why
way,
I'm
on
like
one law
hardly
or the other?
responding to a lot of the things you're saying?
Because you're fucking stupid,
no,
Billy
because,
Madison.
dude, you're fucking just like making my point, like even without me even having to work towards it.
Oh my
Dude,
God! Yes,
you're
I
making
know.
yourself
Yes,
look
I
like
know.
such an asshole.
I don't give a fuck if I'm
you
an
should
asshole. Hey,
see
guess
all
what?
of
I
these
could be
people
an
are
asshole.
trying to get in the
I
box
don't
just to
fucking
bitch
care.
you
Then
out
get
right
them
now.
in. Then get them in because you haven't
Okay.
said one fucking fact, Einstein.
I'll let them
Hi,
do the
sweetie.
talking.
I have a question for the smart man.
Please.
Yes, okay, so I have an Etsy shop. Okay,
You
when a
have a
customer
what?
buys something
You have
from
a
me,
what?
an Etsy shop. An Etsy shop.
A Cincy shop?
Etsy.
Etsy.
Oh,
That's
Etsy
right.
shop. Okay, yeah.
I thought you were a smart man. Okay, when a customer buys from me, okay, they're from France or some shit. Why is it that they have to pay the tariff when they buy from me?
Do
Doesn't
you
make
understand?
any sense.
Do you care about the corporate greed or just the tariffs?
What
Do
are
you
you
care
talking
about the
about? I'm
corporate?
asking you, why are
I'm
they
asking
paying
you.
for the tariffs?
I'm asking you a qualifying
Why are
question.
they
But I
paying
want
for
to
the
know if
tariffs,
you're in
sweetie?
good faith. Are
I
you
thought I
entering in
paid
this
for the
agree? Are
tariffs.
you
I'm
entering
the
in this?
seller.
Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Will you enter into this debate with good faith?
Sweetie,
Yes
I
or
don't think you're
I say
capable.
yes or no.
You
It's a
are
yes or
Big
no.
Tarvey. Big Tarvey.
Oh
Just
my God.
chill
Okay.
out.
So she doesn't know the difference
Big
between.
Tarvey. Now that's a good joke, guys.
You can call me daddy. That works.
If anybody knows
Okay,
what Big
whatever
Tarvey is,
whatever
that's a
your
pretty good
freaking
joke.
pronouns are, whatever your freaking pronouns are these days. Okay, Daddy, let me ask you this:
Well,
Do you
sweetie, you're
care
the
about
one
the
in my DMs with
Do you
your
care about the
gaping
dare?
asshole.
Whatever. You know what? You
I didn't
again. I
appreciate
got
it. That
Billy
was
Madison
unsolicited.
too.
That's rude.
God, another Billy Madison. Do you care about the tariffs or do you
Have you
care
not
about
watched a
corporate
movie
greed?
like Past, like
Do
the
you care
90s?
about corporate
Like,
greed?
why are you even calling
Do
him
you
Billy
care
Madison? That
about
doesn't make
corporate
any
greed?
sense.
I don't know what the
Do
Billy
you care
Madison
about
thing is.
corporate greed? A yes or no would
Yeah,
be fine.
sweetie, but that has nothing to do with my question that I asked you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did the blue dye get into the roots and start leaking
It's
into the
not
brain?
blue,
It does
sweetie.
matter. If I
It's the
raise the
color of your
hold on a
mom's
second.
period,
Hold on a
okay?
second. Hold on a second. When a corporation raises its rates, the price goes up by 75%,
I'm
and
the
it's and
corporation.
25%
She's
is
talking
Trump
about
fault,
tariffs.
and 50%. Hold on, and 50%
I'm the
is the.
corporation, sweetie.
Oh my God.
The
So
corporation is me.
how much
She's
you
talking
making?
about.
I didn't.
How
I
much are you?
didn't.
Hold on,
Did you
hold on.
even
Let's
listen
put your
to
money
her?
where your mouth is. How much are you making?
Bro,
Sweetie,
chill
Are you a
out.
I
Chill out.
here. This is how Etsy works.
Yes.
I
Thank you,
post a
Apple.
sticker. I give it a price. Somebody from France buys it. They get charged by their own country for buying from me, an American. They have to pay the tariff to their own fucking country, not me. I don't see it. I don't raise prices.
Right.
I don't have to pay shit.
Right.
You
Now,
are
if
fucking wrong.
on the other way around, if she were to import stickers, she would have to pay the tariff. Isn't that weird? And guess
Yes, the
what?
person from
She
France
would, and
is
then
importing to them.
if she was like an intelligent business person, you take that overhead and you put it on the consumer, because that's just what you do. So what it is essentially is a sales tax on the American citizens. All right, now I'm gonna invite you to unmute Billy Victarvi.
Sorry, Billy Madison. Hey, you know what I would do if I was you? Etsy, instead of buying from France or whoever buys or whatever.
She
I would
sells
buy
to
from. I buy
France.
from America. I buy.
Did you?
She
You
doesn't have
weren't
any.
listening.
Yeah,
You
I
weren't
was. I don't.
listening.
You know
I'm
what?
the American, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. You're
I am
American.
Oh my
selling.
God,
I
dude.
am
Really?
American.
You're American.
Yes.
Can I ask
I
you three
wanna.
questions?
No.
8th grade level
Answer the
questions.
question about the tariffs.
You're
You're
asking
just
me about
being
the
dumb.
no, because you're not going in good faith.
No,
So
because you don't want to answer it because you don't actually have facts.
yes, I
Right.
do. Yale study. Beat it.
The
Beat my Yale study.
The Yale study
Bill.
agrees with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, it agrees with me. It agrees with me that there's more corporate greed than there are tariffs. I'm sorry that the tariffs are used to
taking
make.
advantage of
Hey, by
panic
the
over
way,
tariffs, which is still, you said that tariffs still increased the prices. Did you
yeah,
not?
tariffs increased 1.2%.
On the consumer?
Yeah, but you don't care. Yes, and corporate
Okay.
greed
So
raised
why
it
the hell
another
are we? So
17%.
why?
Hold on. So
No,
why aren't you fucking? Why is it? Why?
Why are we increasing prices on our own people? When he ran on saying we're gonna make all the prices go down, the groceries are gonna be are gonna be cheaper, and all of these things, and now
God, you
everything's
can
more expensive.
Yeah. Yes, by 1.2% because of tariffs to protect American jobs. But you rather give it to somebody else, wouldn't you?
Protect American jobs. You think that the
Yeah,
job
you know
numbers
what?
have
I
been
would
good?
love. I would love
They're
to
not
swap
even
you out. I wish
reporting
we had a
official
trade
job
program
numbers.
where I could
So
actually immigrate somebody in that wants to be in America and loves America and wasn't with you. And it's not you.
I do
You
love
can
this
leave
country.
and they can come in.
I pay my taxes. I file my taxes.
Yeah, you also worked in a. You also worked in
worked
an
in a
ICE.
jail.
You worked for the ICE agents during the time they were
I
putting
didn't work
kids in
for
cages.
ICE
You
agents.
you
I
yeah
said I
you
worked
did. You
in
said you
an
worked for ICE. You
det-
gave the immigrants. You told that other kid you gave him immigrants little onion sacks, and that was your job. And that you were with ICE and you were in the detention centers, correct?
Yeah, it's a county
You're in the
jail.
detention centers,
It was a
correct?
county jail, and I worked in the accounting and like
So
the
how could
property.
you support? How could you support ICE and their
I
and their
wasn't.
duties?
What are you talking
What
about?
changed?
dude?
When did it change?
Sweetie, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. Do you think I still support that shit?
Yeah, what are you talking
People
about?
can
You think
change.
I still work there? I don't work there anymore.
When did you change?
It was around 2021, I think.
Why
was
did you
when I
change?
left there. What are you talking
Because
about?
that's when you could have
I
just
mean, I worked
documented
there
them and helped
for-
more people.
I worked
That's
there
when
for
they
a
needed
lot of
people on the
time, but
border to process more.
It was mostly the
You
like
could have helped more.
mandatory overtime.
No, it's
the,
like when you-
lack
yeah.
of like time off. Undesirable pay. There's a number of things why I don't work there anymore. Oh,
Yeah.
damn it, Apple. I love you. Anyways, so what's your point? You said that I hate America because I'm
Yeah, you
'cause
hate
I
America.
critique it.
No, not because you critique it, because you have no solutions. And your facts are just absolutely asinine.
Here's a solution. Here's a
What?
solution.
What?
Stop putting tariffs like on
Okay, so
stuff.
what does that do? Hold on. Did the deficit go down?
No, it went up.
Oh my God. You're a $600 million deficit. Our national debt went down by $600 million.
What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah,
The
you know what?
deficit
I am
has
so
gone up.
tired of giving you a fact, and the only answer I get is that what are you talking about? Your lack of information is outstanding for the person
The
that gets on
debt-
here and thinks you know what you're talking
Our
about.
deficit spending and our debt has gone up.
No,
What are you talking about?
national debt was paid back through tariffs by $600 million. By the way,
By us?
whenever for WIC and SNAP was help paid by some of the tariffs, paying the military military people was through tariffs.
Okay.
So replace that
right there. First off, all right, I have a master's degree in public administration. All right. Now I know how a budget works because that's what I do now. Okay. So when you say things that are false, like that the debt is caused by WIC and welfare, you're completely wrong about that. We have a budget. All right. And those things are in that budget. When we have deficit spending, that means we are outside of the budget. We are.
Will you prove me
overspending.
wrong as you said it? Just quit telling me I'm wrong. Prove me wrong.
I'm explaining to you how a budget works.
You don't need to. Prove me with facts. Give me data.
I just told you that if there's money in a budget and it's earmarked for something like welfare or WIC, then that's not deficit spending. Deficit spending is when you go over budget.
Dude, did our national debt drop by $600 million? Yes or no?
I
Google
want to
it.
see where's the
Fucking
600
Google it.
million? Okay.
Google.
The deficit or the debt? There's a difference,
Debt. Debt. I know.
Did the debt drop by 600 million in 2025?
Yeah. Just put in during Trump.
It did not drop by 600 million. In fact,
How many did it drop?
Continued to grow significantly, surpassing 38 trillion by October 2025.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading right
going
now.
up. It's going up, my guy.
I don't even see this 600 million anywhere on the internet.
Now, you might have had a point when you said deficit, but you said debt. Overall debt, we're like 38 point something going up trillion. Trillion with a T, a capital T.
And I want to point out about the welfare thing. There are only 9 cities or states that allow for anybody to have SNAP, welfare, any of that kind of stuff without a social. SNAP especially. So you were wrong there. So no, and the ones that do, they pay for that out of their own surplus budget, not out of the federal debt or any of that. So you saying that SNAP benefits are a problem, welfare is a problem, it's not.
Right.
It's not.
Welfare is one of the most successful, like in SNAP, there's some of the most successful programs that we've seen.
They pass their audits every year.
Right. And guess what? They're not collecting debt. They actually help the economy. They help people stay out of like keep their heads above water.
There are some places that even.
Are you there anymore? Articus, you're teacupped. We can't hear you.
You said prove him wrong. You did, and he got mad.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Jeez, did you guys hear the amount of like verbal?
He's been
abuse?
steamrolling and screaming and yelling at you since he got up here. Like he ain't shut up, and he keeps telling you to speak up. But every time you do, he starts yelling and screaming again.
Calling
like
me Billy Madison and stuff. It's
Right.
like, dude, I'm just gonna let you do what you're doing. Now
he was getting me for a second. He was getting me for a second, but I'm glad you let me chill in the guest request long enough because I calmed down.
I can't even like help but like smile when they get like so flustered like that. It's wild. All right. Well, Bardicus, I don't think you can find your way out of this one. So I do have an open box actually. I don't know if I'm going to stay on for much longer though. I got about 20 minutes. So yeah, if anybody is interested in saying why MAGA isn't failing, please get in the box. There's a little pink and blue guy down here if you're on TikTok. If you are on YouTube and watching, you just type in tinyurl.com/decon DECON/JUNC. And I'll bring you up. Unfortunately, though, if they do come in that way, Dugald, I don't have the sound working for some reason.
You're all right.
But but I'll keep you up, buddy.
All right.
We can kind of talk about Mega's failings
I
while we're at
I
it.
want to know what his point was about the tariffs. Like, what was he trying to prove with that? Because all he did was confirm that they're a tax on the consumer. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know what he was talking about either. Like he was trying to say that since companies, yeah, and that's Apo Apo. Uh since companies were like taking advantage of like the hysteria that goes on with tariffs, that somehow like that's the problem. And it's like, bro,
He's the one that causes that
yeah,
hysteria when
you
he
just
announces a
he
tariff and then
yeah.
takes it away.
So company like that's the kind of like moves that Trump is known for doing,
Right.
that they would call like good business. And
Yeah.
now they're
It's
trying to
basically a
like
smash and grab.
yeah, they're trying to like incorporate this idea of like shitty business as like a bad idea. And it's like, dude, that's what you guys were defending earlier.
Right. They
I don't
they
know.
love it
It's
when
so
Trump
crazy.
talks about finding loopholes and bankruptcies and all this stuff when they don't realize that they're the ones that pay for that in the end.
Right. And yeah, the loopholes, the bankruptcies, all of those end up coming out of your pocket if he's, not doing what he should be doing.
And
And
all these billionaires getting tax cuts to them personal selves and to their businesses, who pays for those? We do. I don't understand why they don't see that. They try to tell me they're the fiscally conservative ones, yet every time we have a recession or a depression, it's a fucking Republican that does it.
yeah, RTP just had like a video that they were watching. Was it RTP? I can't even remember now. About SNAP benefits and how like Walmart and these corporations are underpaying people, enforcing them to get SNAP. Now that's like an actual problem, because these people have to not only work full time, but they have to get SNAP in order to feed themselves. And that's a very very big issue. And so
Yeah,
basically what we're doing there is we are supplementing the amount of money that these places like Walmart should be paying their employees. We're supplementing it with SNAP benefits
right.
instead of them paying it out of their like CEO's bonus, or whatever the
Whatever.
hell they're doing, buying
And
jets.
I want to put this a different way for the MAGA in the chat so that maybe you'd understand. You don't like people mooching off system, right? You don't like people taking money from system that you pay into,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's okay for Walmart to not be able to afford to pay their own employees
Right.
without us helping them do so?
Right.
Make
Amen.
that make sense.
Amen. And remember how they like, do you remember when like Walmart was going wild and they would put like a Walmart like on every freaking city block?
Oh my God.
And
Well, between them, Kroger, Meyer,
yeah, I think
Target,
those guys got brought up too.
yeah,
Kroger actually had like something leaked where they actually had like an internal
it was internal
discussion,
emails.
yeah, saying like, oh, our most of our employees are impoverished.
Well, it's not just that. So basically, it was back not too long, like a year into COVID,
Mm-hmm.
maybe two. Basically, all the conglomerates, all the big grocery stores, Meijer, Kroger, Target, Walmart, got together. Literally, the CEOs got together, had a meeting, said, "Hey, these people keep paying these higher prices during this pandemic nonsense. So we're just going to keep raising the prices because they're just going to keep paying it, and we're never going to bring them back down."
Right.
And they didn't.
Yeah, when the prices go up, they don't usually come back down. Like,
They admitted to meeting together, conspiring to raise prices obscenely to simply profit themselves off of you.
yep. And like that sucks. And all that big beautiful bill did was allow them to have more, like loopholes and tax cuts. Uh,
Mhm. Like and they want to talk about fair market. Like if you wanted to open a grocery store of your own, never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Right.
Walmart buys you out, Kroger buys you out, or they will force you out by making sure they run enough sales while
or
you're
Amazon
around
now that they own.
and push you out. Yep, Amazon do it too. And they will simply just offer you enough money that you just simply disappear. They will not allow you to be there. The only ones that seem to make it are the tiny Hispanic and Asian markets.
The taquerias,
And
yes.
yeah, and that's only because they're getting most of their supply from other areas, so they're paying imports and all that stuff. Yes.
Right. I don't think anybody's wanting to come up after that freaking shit show. All right. Well, you know what? I got about 5 minutes, so I'll probably just start shutting this baby down slowly. So I don't know who else is on right now. If there's anybody else on, did RTB ever go live?
I saw him on live earlier, but
he was supposed to. Otherwise, you can go wherever you need to and just say Benny boy sent you. I'm more than willing to let you do that. I don't really know who's live right now or who isn't. Otherwise, yeah, I'll have to come back on probably on Monday or Tuesday. And I don't know if I'll do a politics thing again. This man, that was wild. Those last two guys were like.
Well, if you want to do politics, I go live every Tuesday and Wednesday, and Tuesday's my politic day.
Yeah,
anyway.
I should just come on yours because man, woo.
Yeah. Reggie's on if you want to go raid her.
Oh, Reggie, yeah. What's her name on TikTok?
Hold on, I'll get you. Hold on.
She's not on YouTube, unfortunately, but we only have like 5 people that are watching right now on YouTube. Yeah,
Regina.
YouTubers, if you wanted to call in, you could have just typed in that URL. I don't know, like you guys were spouting off in the chat quite a bit, but nobody called in.
I'm putting her username in the chat right now.
Yeah, we love Reggie. Regina Phalanges.
0 phalanges.
Yeah,
you'll find it.
Right? Yeah, phalanges with a
There
PH.
we go. I got it.
There
it's in the chat.
Regina 0 phalanges. Go and say Benny Boy sent ya and tell her hi and that I love her. Yeah. In the meantime, can somebody like DM me about the Billy Madison thing? Oh, because he was so stupid. I get it now that he had to go back to school.
Yeah, it was a joke on your intelligence the whole time.
Oh. Oh, the irony. The irony.
Because he said a lot of stupid things.
Yeah,
and then just yelled at you after he said them.
Like, you could ask anybody if they think I'm stupid. All right, guys. Have a good night. I wished for a little bit of a better discussion, but yikes. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.